NPC. World is going to shit.
Really?
Like, you literally just got a case. Did you get a disc?
Yeah,
What was the disc for then?
the game.
But you got to download the content.
What do you mean?
It says requires content download.
Yeah, I think probably like patches, updates. Like, wouldn't that be what I mean?
Oh, everything.
Actually, it
then
might be
requires-
like
I think
Well-
they just have to say that.
No, like he got Overwatch, and it literally for the Switch, and it just come with a code.
in the
Oh,
case.
that's the Switch does that shit a lot.
That's the only one I've ever
They
seen.
like to
Disgusting.
switch it up.
But Final Fantasy did it too at one point.
Don't.
They gave your
I
disc
saw that look.
a disc or a cartridge, and then you had to download the second half of the game. They only had the first half of the game.
Disgusting.
What one's that for?
X, I think.
10.
Yeah.
10's not even on downloading though. Oh, do you mean on
On
the remaster?
on the Vita.
Oh, okay. Because
The Vita. I think even the PlayStation did it too.
I don't think so. That doesn't make
You
any
mean
sense.
the PS2?
I was gonna say like
No, the
yeah.
PS3
Fuck,
version.
people would be in trouble.
The PS3 version.
Is there a PS3 version?
Yeah, it's on
I
every.
thought it came out on PS4
I
and
swear
Vita.
it's well, then the PS4 version. I've had it on two consoles, on an actual
The
console.
only time they do the
and on the Vita.
download thing is usually they do it on the Switch with the they did it with Spyro. And that's because the cards can only hold 32 gig.
Yeah.
So they then like they don't want to give you another one because that's just way more expensive. So they just make you download the last part.
That's still fucked.
But yeah, it happened to me on because I had X or 10 on
Yeah.
a console and on the Vita, so it must be in the PS4 I had it on.
Maybe.
Did the
Could it
same
be
thing.
that the Vita version could only store the first one and not like this? Because you get both, don't you?
I
You
don't
get
know.
10 and 10.
All I know is I had to download half a game or some shit
What
like
we
that.
need is an apocalypse safe, like, thing. So, like, you know, it's like 1 to 2 players, 25 gig
You're
minimum,
opening that right
dual shot
now.
compatible, apocalypse safe. That way, like, you can still play it
thought we haven't
after an
started.
apocalypse
have.
if there's no
no one said
infrastructure.
I said we're starting.
Hmm.
Hey, that's important to me, because I plan, if there's an apocalypse, gathering fuck tons of games and hiding away in a solar-powered house, just playing games and catching up, because that will be the only time I'll be able to catch up.
I love the idea. It's like Fallout, and you're like, time to myself.
Time to finally catch up on the games and shows that I haven't been able to. I'd raid Sanity and JB Hi-Fi, and that's it. I'm
But
done.
you find a show that you love, but they had one more season to film.
Oh, that will fucking piss me off. Or what? Or they just don't have it at that JB Hi-Fi, so I have to
Yeah.
like literally go to another JB Hi-Fi.
That's
I'm
how I
not doing
feel
that.
when we have to do that these days.
You can't take those chances. One
I,
baby
I
Hi-Fi
already
might
have a
alright.
car, and it's not post-apocalyptic. I'm not going to the next JB Hi-Fi. If they don't have it at the store I go to, I'm not buying it.
You get like a limited amount of petrol, and you're using it to drive to the next JB Hi-Fi. Like, I hope there's cars there so I can cycle. Alright. Welcome to... how do we do this again? Is it the NPC
Really?
Mates podcast?
I think we should rebrand.
I think we should. Well, we were going to ask. Do you want to rebrand?
So are we like
That's starting again, as if
Nah.
that's
Yeah.
No.
I don't know.
new Colosseum?
No, the Colosseum is its own thing, alright? That will live on. That will be when the apocalypse happens. Someone will find it somewhere
And be outraged.
on a USB drive. They're like, the fuck?
They'll add to our bad boy bubby count. But it won't be like recorded.
Bad Boy Bubby is at like 15,000 views right now for some fucking reason, but who knows?
Damn
You're
right.
welcome, India.
Yeah, it's basically India.
Is it?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Why?
We think
think
that they
it's-
think it's the movie.
I think they think it's the full movie. Because it is a perfect hour 42.
It's not the same length as the movie, is it?
I don't know, but I'm
Does
like...
it count as a view if you only watch 5 minutes?
A view is a percentage or 30 seconds. I can't remember. I think Netflix is a percentage.
Wait, what?
Is Netflix 30 seconds or is it a percentage? One of them is different from the other. That's all I know. I can't remember which one it is. Either way, it does require staying on that video for probably more than 30
Like
seconds.
1 second is still a percentage.
They'd probably
but-
start it, walk off, do something, sit down, and then be like, what the fuck is this?
In that way? Or are they saying it in a different way?
I'm not doing accents, dude. I'm not that kind of girl.
Yeah, you are. You know, I thought I was actually thinking of the swearing, but if you don't want to do the accent, have you heard how Indians swear? They're always like, "You shit, fuck, cunt, I suck your dick." Like,
I suck your dick. No one has said that.
yes, they do.
I'll suck your dick.
Suck your
Fucking
dick so
hell.
well. Wait, oh, that's from This Is the End.
What?
The guy breaks in. He's like, "What do you want me to do?" "I'll suck your dick real well."
Okay.
That's all right. That was good.
All right, we ready to the mic test. Welcome to the podcast.
Are we recording?
We've been recording for the last 5
You need to get that soundbite where he's like, "I'll suck your dick." I want that as my ringtone.
Thanks, everyone. Wait, why am I thanking everyone?
You're the one that wrote
Oh,
this.
You're
supporting
thanking them
us.
for actually supporting and listening to this.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
You're thanking Jamie.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jamie.
You've thanked Jamie so many times.
So many times. Oh, introduce the panel. Hi, I'm Kane. Martin?
There's a
That's
panel?
not an introduction, but hey.
What?
He took your hay. Aaron?
Sweet.
Hey.
Melissa?
Hi. I'm eating a
I was
roast
just waiting for her to
skin.
be like, hey.
Hey. That just reminds me of Wayne's World.
And now we have to...
I won't explain that to anyone.
Don't. You already know what Wayne's World is. Ask what everyone has been up to. What's everyone been up to?
Ask your question.
Stuff.
Well, since the last episode,
Yeah.
it's episodes now.
Episodes?
Is it episodes?
I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's episodic, so I suppose it's technically an episode.
This is episode
27.
49.
Can we call it chapters?
No.
Chapters sounds professional.
We also got to call it the first. It's the first 49th chapter.
It is always the first whatever chapter. Hey, are we going to do something big for our 50th?
We should.
Yeah,
Well, like-
we'll rebrand and start at
No,
one.
no. So what? We won't be the NPC mates anymore. What will we be?
Oh, we were thinking of tying it into us because we do screen slaves.
Screen slaves, hey? But this has got nothing to do with viewing.
Literally watching movies. You're
Yeah.
being a slave
it's
to the
watching
screen.
movies.
No, the other people. This is a podcast. It's audio.
Yeah. It'd be the screen slave cast or the slave cast.
We're sound slaves.
Audio slave. Yeah, wait.
Wait. No, wait. It's not that. Someone check if they actually did a copyright on that.
I'm pretty sure they would
You
have.
find out they didn't.
I'm like, yes! We'll sue them!
Alright. What's anyone playing, watching, reading, anything?
I've been reading, almost caught up on what must be 20 years of the manga kingdom.
Okay.
Stop that, as Kane would say.
Manga or manhwa?
Nah, this is actual manga.
Boo.
Yeah. It's based on actual history of China, like a period of history in China.
You're talking about like the Three Kingdoms?
No,
Okay.
I hope not.
Oh, it's cool.
Don't!
What?
If that's fucking even part of the history, I don't want to know anything. There's 7 kingdoms at the moment. Don't
Well,
fuck
if-
with me.
if
If
you
it ends
played-
at 3, if the end of this manga is 3, I'm going to hit you. Just out of the blue, I'm going to hit you.
If it's Dynasty Warriors, then you already know what happens.
Nah, there's no Dynasty Warrior characters that I know of.
They probably haven't said their names yet.
It's not in Japan. It's definitely China.
Is it
So it
Milan?
could be like Dynasty Warrior characters, but
Dynasty Warriors is in China, isn't it?
I know.
Oh, yeah.
But like, no, I don't think I've met any of them.
It'll be like the Dark Knight when, like, you know, he walks off and he's like, "You should use your real name, Lubu."
And I'm like, no. Ah,
So is it any good? Is it just war?
yes.
Like, what is it?
It's basically just war. That's all China was back then. That's all you did.
That's all it is now.
War.
Now it's just business war.
Business war.
Basically. Have you seen what their companies are like? They take over everything.
Well, anyway,
It's
the
not what we're about.
main characters are all based in history, and I'm assuming there's only so much that was recorded from those times, so they take those key points and then they fill everything in, and flesh it out so it's actually a story if this is literally just like someone recorded everything in like a historian recorded everything and they just made a manga to this, I'll be very surprised. But either way, it's interesting. I don't want to talk about it too much because someone might know something and spoil it for me, because
No one here knows
it's
that.
how I spoiled fucking Vikings for Amy when I'm like, doesn't he die in a pit of snakes or something? And she's like, he's still alive. I'm like, Immediately could not say anymore. Ruined it for her. So.
Look, if you're going to base shows off of history, then someone's probably read about it.
Yeah, it's true. But the thing is, I looked it up to see if it was based on real things.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Then ruined it for her.
I think I was like 2 or 3 seasons in, and then I was like, is this based on a real person? I started reading about it. I'm like, shit, now I know what happens.
Yeah, don't do that. So, that's why I've actually tried to binge this entire series until current times, because I don't want to ruin it for myself. And the longer it's going, the more chance that I'm going to read up about it.
Just don't read up about it.
I can't help myself.
What do you
Kane.
mean? Do you read up about One Piece?
Probably.
It's a mythical world where you...
Yeah, but you can still find like interviews of the guy giving away hints and shit like that of what actually happens.
Oh, that guy's got no time. He's making One Piece. No time for interviews.
Did you hear he's got 5 years left?
5 years? I might live that long. I have high hopes to see this through.
When I saw that, everyone in the comments was like, ha! Like, there's no way it's going for 5 years. It's got way more.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I don't know, like, I'm surprised if he wants to rush it. 5 years, all right.
Another time skip.
It does need another time skip, doesn't it?
They probably won't do another one. They'll probably do one right at the end to tie everything up. How funny would it be if it ends with his head on a chopping block?
That's how I thought it was going to be. Honestly.
Yeah, I
Once
kind of
he's the
thought...
Pirate King.
Yeah, I thought he'd die. But who knows? Even though supposedly the fans, I think, have already guessed it and the hints have been out there.
No one wants to see an old Luffy.
I want to see an old Luffy.
Imagine like a 80-year-old Luffy. He's got like saggy skin. He's
Well, he
already
doesn't.
rubbery.
It would just make it come back.
Maybe he'll have that control.
I feel like he just wouldn't sag. Isn't that the point? He's just can control his like
He's
elasticity.
still old.
Yeah.
So what, like, when he goes into water, he'll suddenly look old?
Yeah.
Actually, how much would you age if you have that much elasticity? Your heart's not going to get, like, fucked because it's elastic.
Actually, I guess it would deteriorate though still.
How? Why?
He's not made of rubber. He just kind of is rubber.
I know he's not made of rubber. If he was made of rubber, like, you'd just beat him with some acetone or some shit. Splash him with acetone, the cunt melts. Breaks down.
This isn't the one cast.
Anyway, let's continue. I didn't even watch One Piece. I am up to date with it, though.
I am not. I stopped a long time ago.
Yeah.
I can't read it. I can't watch it. I just have to wait for someone to tell me about it.
I couldn't tell you about it if I wanted to. I don't remember.
For fuck's sake.
I remember when I read it.
Anything else or just Kingdom?
Kingdom. That's about it. That's consumed all my free time.
Fair enough.
What there is of it.
You have free time? Wow.
Yeah. Sometimes.
What are you
Ask
looking at
me.
me for?
I said Martin.
I don't listen to my name anymore.
Sorry, we didn't call him by the
Completely
correct
zoned
name.
No, I watched that new Netflix show Away, I think it's called.
How's
What?
that? We watched first episode.
I watched the whole season.
Of course you did.
It's not very long. It's like Netflix episodes are what?
It's still like
Half an
10
hour?
hours. Isn't it 10 episodes at like 40 minutes?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not fucking much though.
You can have
Whoops.
8 hours to just sit there and watch that. I get too bored.
Yeah, watched that. Started playing Elite Dangerous. Finally.
Oh no.
It's fun.
They just added landing in that, didn't they?
Next update.
Ah, okay.
What else did I try to play? I don't know. Can't remember. Fairy Tale on the Switch. That's an interesting game.
Oh no, those are garbage, aren't they?
No, it's not too
Other
bad
than
actually.
fan service.
It's not too bad.
No.
What?
No.
For people wondering, Aaron's using his new binocular.
If you thought he was creepy
it's a
before, he now has
mono-
a telescope.
Why did you think I was creepy before?
You're
Look.
always creepy.
You picked the horse child. Everyone knows you.
What horse child?
Horse child.
What is this about?
Something
When
years
you
ago.
picked the
Anime
sexy
characters.
anime characters.
You pick the girl from Bleach that becomes a horse.
What is it? Chick that becomes a horse?
Yes, she's a Centaurian.
In
And
Bleach?
and she turns into a child as well.
I don't think she becomes a horse.
She does. We looked it up. She's a horse.
A horse,
If
of
it's the one I'm
course.
thinking, I don't think she becomes a horse. But she's sexy as hell when she's older.
Yeah, you had to add that part, didn't you?
Yeah,
She's adorable when
Audio
she's young.
Slave podcast.
What do you want from me? I don't think she becomes a horse, though.
You're a horse.
Anyway, how does that fairy tale play? What's it play like?
Fairy tale?
It plays like an anime game.
That doesn't explain anything.
I don't.
Kind of does.
It's
What?
not. It's not too
Shit.
bad. It's better than trying to play the. What's the fucking
One Piece one?
Yeah, it's better than that. And the other one, Sword Art Online games, it's a hell of a lot better than controls than those. To me, it's actually playable, but it's a repetitive game
Yeah.
through the story.
it's Japanese games, they
But-
usually are very repetitive.
But it does follow the story from just after they get back from the island, and they've the time the years. Do you remember anything about
I
Fairy Tail?
watched all of Fairy Tale, but I do not retain almost any of it.
Okay.
Which
Yeah.
is weird because there's a lot of episodes of Fairy Tale, so you think I'd know something.
Yeah, well, it follows the story.
Okay, so it's like the One Piece games then. They
Sounds like-
basically follow the story.
Oh, okay. I've only played one of them, and it didn't really follow the story at that point.
Oh wait, you played World Seeker, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, that one doesn't. It's the Musu games. They literally go through the story.
okay.
Is that it? Well, what did you think of Away? Is it worth us watching or not?
It's slow, but I enjoyed it.
Okay.
I feel like I'm gonna like it.
I reckon Melissa will like it. I don't think you will, Kane.
Yeah,
I
that's
feel
the
like it
feeling
might
I
be a
got
bit
from
too
the
slow
first
for me.
episode. I think it's
It's-
too drama based.
That's what I was
Too
thinking. Of.
drama.
Yeah.
Too drammy.
Because I finally watched The Martian. I like that.
Oh yeah,
What is
finally with Mark Wahlberg.
That's the one where he lives
Stuck
on
on
Mars.
Mark Wahlberg.
What's his name? Isn't it? No, wait.
Good old Marky Mark.
Fuck
Stuck on
off!
Mars.
I can't remember their names.
Just working out.
That's what I was picturing. Like,
It's Matt Damon.
oh,
Yeah, that's the
They
guy.
look the same. Those
they
two.
don't. It's like you're like, oh, white guy, brown hair. Same person.
They're all the
It
same
is.
person.
I was literally thinking of Marky Mark.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, he's on Mars.
Which one's the guy from the Transformers movie?
Matt Damon.
What?
Okay.
I give up.
No, it's not.
Look,
I love Matt
I'm
Damon
telling
in Daddy's
you,
Home.
they're the same person.
I'm confused now.
It's Mark Wahlberg in the Transformers movie.
Yeah,
Mark-
so it is him.
Yeah.
So yeah, so he does look the same.
Nah.
Yeah, he fucking does.
Someone
Nah, not at
Google it
all.
right now.
Kane,
I know.
What do you think
seriously.
of Mark Wahlberg in The Born Supremacy?
He's pretty good.
Stop.
I loved when he played
No,
King
no,
Dogma.
no, no. He was only in the third one. No one noticed. Like, no one. They didn't even know he wasn't him when he rocked up on set. That's how much he looks like him.
Look,
dumb.
in my
They have the same
mind,
haircut, that's it.
in my mind, they're the same person. So, but obviously, looking at pictures of them, I'm like, oh, duh.
Yeah, you're like, duh. They both start with M.
I know. I can't remember why you're talking about it. Oh, because we watched The Martian finally, and then we also watched something. We finally tried out Shudder.
that's
Oh,
good.
yeah.
Shadow's good.
Yeah,
I think I've watched that. What is it?
it's a streaming service. So,
Nah, haven't watched
yep.
it.
You've watched the streaming service.
You're like, yeah, I'm done. I watched all those. No, it's an Australian streaming service only for horror.
But
Oh, you talked
But-
about. That's why it sounds
the
familiar.
layout is actually quite good.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
Netflix, and I'm like, good. Steal from them, because Stan is garbage. So,
Yeah. We
But-
watched, what, 3 movies now?
so far we're two misses, one hit.
Yeah.
Also, two misses.
Last shift, I fell asleep in it, so don't like it.
Yeah, but you were already tired.
Yeah, but
You fell asleep as it started.
I
Yeah,
can't do
but
B grade
you shouldn't
anymore.
be able to fall asleep to a horror. Should scare the pants off you.
Not if you're
Yeah.
already tired to start with.
He
I've
was
fallen
Just come flying
He was
off.
already falling asleep. It builds slowly. Before anything scary had happened, he was snoring. And I'm like, fucking hell, I've been wanting you to see this.
What was it? All right, Last Shift and Stillborn.
That was so
You
bad.
ever watch a movie and you're like, you know what? Everyone's not so bad, but fuck, the lead actress is just ruining everything. Like,
Yeah, there's a
they're
few
such a
movies
bad
like that.
actor that it ruins the whole movie.
She had one facial expression,
Just
and it was
shocked.
just
Just shocked and eyebrows that would go up just 3 levels.
Like the girl from The Shining.
We go from The Shining.
Her expression's the same the whole way through. Just she looks shocked and horrid about everything.
Oh wait, yeah, you're talking about the original one?
Yeah.
We watched Doctor Sleep.
Oh,
Not
you
that
finally
one.
I
watched that?
started that.
That's actually good.
Yeah.
I like that.
Did you go to sleep?
No. Maybe. I didn't fall asleep. I turned it off and went to sleep.
What was the good one called?
That was the one
Oh, Host.
Yeah.
I
Host was
fell
really
asleep
good.
during that.
You fell asleep,
I finished it, I think, but I fell asleep through it.
so you missed all the good parts.
So basically, every movie that you're talking about, someone has fallen asleep to.
Look,
So-
No, I
Host,
think we have like opposite in horror.
Host was like. Did you ever see Unfriended or whatever, where they're doing like Skype calls with each other?
I have no time for that.
Yep. Okay. So
Alright, you know, point of view horrors, like, you know, when they came out as like
Found footage.
found footage and stuff.
yeah,
I know of it.
yeah.
You don't like any of them?
Nah.
Oh, then you wouldn't like Zoom. You won't
I didn't
that.
like that one that was Godzilla either. That was all.
Cloverfield.
Oh, that was terrible.
Cloverfield was so good.
Yeah, no, Cloverfield wasn't. The second one was good.
Aw,
I
well,
don't
one
know
of
about
them's
the second
good.
one.
The second one's John Goodman in a post-apocalyptic
Oh yeah, that
bunker.
one was kind of cool.
He's just a weirdo.
He is anyway. That's just him.
The
They found his house and
Oh, and they
filmed
did
a
the other
movie in it.
Cloverfield. The one in
Cloverfield
space.
Paradox.
Yeah, the Paradox.
That's
That was fun
Paradox
too.
is good.
Okay, I don't know these movies.
It's funny, they're all connected, but you got one that's a found footage with like a Godzilla-like monster. The second one is, what would you call it, a bunker psychological sort of like...
Yeah.
Oh wait, so they're not
They're all in the same
based on the
timeline,
same thing?
Yeah.
but no, like if you actually watch them all, none of them make sense of how they're in the same timeline.
Yeah, they do. They all,
Not
all
really.
of them, you can... They give you glimpses of like
Yeah, they tie
how
into
they're
each other.
yeah, how they're tied into each other.
Not as well as I would like.
It's like this one had a John in it, and this
No.
one has a John in it. That's how they're tied. Like, I don't understand.
I'm trying to think of a movie series that's done something similar where you're like, they're all different but they're connected.
I feel
Oh.
like only Clovercrest.
Lots of stuff is done like that, where it's like tied loosely by like knowing one person or something.
It's not even
Yeah.
in person. It's
This
more
is
like
a-
the event that happened.
This is an event, but all the event that's meant to be happening is slightly different in each movie. So it must be different parts of the world where this event's
Yeah.
going on.
Well, the the Cloverfield paradox explains like basically why it happened
Yeah,
and where it was. The Cloverfield, the first movie, was just like, hey, let's do a found footage fun monster film. And then the next one, which is like the bunker,
it's a different
when
monster.
they finally get out, it explains like, oh shit, this isn't just like a monster thing. This
Yeah.
is way more. They're interesting. I'm trying to think of.
They're worth
There's
a
bound to be
watch.
other movies that do something very similar.
I think there are, but I just can't remember them off the top of my head.
But Shudder, it's an alright streaming service.
It's got
But-
its follows, which is good.
Will you pay for it?
So
Yeah. Oh, I know.
you do a
Okay.
free sign up. It's only like $6 or $7 a month, but you sign up and you get a week for free. Then you cancel it, and then they go, "Don't cancel. Here's a month for free," and then you get a free month.
And
Just
then you
good.
cancel that.
You gotta at least watch a couple of the series that are on there.
Yeah, I've got to watch some more stuff. So far, like the movies, it's definitely for the B grade crowd.
It's
Yeah.
funny. They've got like they haven't got anything crazy A grade on there, but they have some of the hidden gems that people have missed over the
Are you-
years.
It's
Wait,
got Hellraiser.
they don't have. Oh.
It's got all the Hellraisers.
It's got a lot of the old horror.
Yeah.
But
they're
they don't have
technically-
any A grade.
No,
they're
they
pretty
no,
B
Old
grade as
A
well.
grade stuff.
It's got
No,
all
but
the
that was
good
A grade
horrors.
when it came out.
Okay, well then, yeah, they've got Halloween. They've got the Hellraisers. They've got fucking.
So they don't have anything new, is what you're saying.
They
New
have
and good.
Only
they
their
have
own
Shudder
stuff.
exclusives, a bit like how Netflix is. So
Shudder originals.
we watched Host, which was good, and that was an original. and it was filmed in lockdown too. Like it has been made since Corona ruined the
that's
world.
pretty impressive that they did it.
And like I've seen so many horror movies over the years, like so many, and I can only think of maybe 3 that have ever scared me properly. But for some reason, this one scared the shit out of me. I couldn't even watch it. I was sitting there holding on to Kane, being a big bitch, and being like, "Oh my god, what's happening? I can't look."
How do they make it scary if no one can get within like 3 feet of each other?
Well, it was a Zoom call, so it was just
Oh my God.
you're watching it like the person that's doing it. So it was just a bunch of screens with all these different people. And it was something.
That's
So
a good-
then you're looking at all the screens, trying to see who's got scary stuff going on.
It's the
and...
newfound footage, basically.
Yeah.
It's a good concept. It's a good
Yeah.
movie,
Hmm.
but it just didn't.
It didn't grab you.
No, I found it boring.
Yeah. It's weird though, because like, not that this matters, because she likes some weird things, but Kane's mum really liked it. She said it was terrifying, and I'm like, okay, good. Someone agrees. So.
Yeah, you can't use her as like
No.
backup.
No.
Nah. It's if anything.
Yeah,
it's,
you thought that
it's
as soon as you
what-
started
it's
saying
ruined
it.
my
You're like, yeah.
opinions now for future.
You're like, wait, she's the only one who liked it too? Yeah.
Also, the cool thing about the service, which is also good and bad, is you can rate the movie and write a comment.
Yeah, you
afterwards,
can
like a
write
little review.
comments.
So when you go to click a movie like Netflix, you can scroll down and you'll be able to see all the people's comments.
And
It's
it's
like they
dumb.
merged Netflix and YouTube and only chose the horror genre.
There was someone who literally
bad
gave
idea.
it. They gave it 5 stars and said it was okay.
not-
And
No,
we're
wait, was
like,
it? No,
what?
5 stars, not bad.
Yeah, not bad.
What?
It's not stars. It's skulls.
Skulls,
It
sorry.
was so funny.
5 out of 5 skulls, not bad. I was like, you fucking what?
You're ruining the rating system.
A lot of people just go off the stars, not the comments anyway.
But
I thought
even
they were
then, like,
skulls.
if you go through and
Skulls.
read it,
Sorry, bitch.
horror is very subjective because they're all over the place.
Yeah,
This is subjective for that person.
because it's all
5
depends.
and okay.
It all depends on the type of horror too, because there's so
Yeah.
many different types out there.
That's the
I
thing,
really
They
like
should
it.
try to break those genres down a bit better.
They do. You can select like the genre if you
Yeah.
want.
What do you mean?
The sci-fi
On
horror.
Shudder, yeah.
Yeah,
there's
so it's-
Oh,
thriller.
I meant the break down horror genre.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, sci-fi,
No.
fantasy.
No,
Like-
but they have sci-fi within the
mean
horror
like-
realm.
Oh my
do you mean
God.
like monsters,
do you mean?
paranormal, slasher?
Yes, the type, not just sci-fi or
Yeah, that is
it. That is.
or-
Yeah, it is there.
How? It says monster.
Yeah. Creature feature.
I don't mind that.
Creature feature, paranormal,
Supernatural.
slasher, supernatural.
Yeah, there's like.
I was
don't know.
trying to
We
say
should
that.
show it.
The only
But
other
I was
one
starting
that-
with
I
sci-fi.
want it broken down.
You're like, I want to know, like Michael Myers.
How many legs
Freddy.
does the creature have?
Creature with
Bipedal.
2 legs.
Bipedal creature.
Does this movie
And they give
take
you
place in
trailers
light?
with most of them, so that usually can help if when you click it and you're like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's B grade, and then like click off of it sort of thing.
There was a couple where we were like, this looks cool. We watched the trailer. We watched like 2 seconds of the trailer and it was like, no. And you can add them to your list, which is good. So we're
You'd wanna be able
slowly. Well, yeah, but you can't on all of them. Well, you can now, but I feel like you couldn't before. I don't know. It's promising, but I just wish they'd get more people on board to add more movies.
I feel like if this takes off, it's gonna be like all the other streaming services, where in a couple years' time they're gonna have some great stuff on.
Yeah,
there.
well, isn't it funny how we sort of laughed at it and thought, yeah, okay, we're not really going to bother with it. And then it's been pretty good.
You do realize if people don't actually pay money, it won't be around in a couple of years.
Yeah,
Well,
but
peop-
I don't want to be one of those people.
I know.
I'm paying for it. I'm going to stay
She's
subscribed.
Yeah, I'm probably going to actually
like
subscribe
it.
and pay for it.
Disgusting.
Well,
And you say it's good, but right now I'm like, one good, 2 bad. So
yeah, but it's the kind of shitty background horror that you can chuck on, and like you get enjoyment
But
from
you
it,
could
but you don't
already
focus.
get that from like Netflix and
I was
Stan.
gonna add Prime is got.
Yeah, but I don't
Prime.
like the layout of Prime or Stan, so
Yeah,
I'd
it's
rather
true.
not give them the view.
I
A
do
lot-
like the layout. Shut up.
I'm going to say
Netflix.
a lot of the B-grade movies they have on Prime are really bad.
They're
Mhm,
really B
mhm.
grade, like
Where the-
lower.
Where Shudder B-grade, the Shudder B-grade movies are actually half decent still.
Yeah, I will
Yeah.
say so far they're like at least B plus. You know what I mean? Not the B grade where you look at the camera footage and you're like, "Fuck, are they doing it on their phone?" kind of thing. Like- though the last shift was on the edge of that.
It just kept unfocusing. I don't know what was going on with the streaming service, but it would just go blurry and then freeze. And
It's
Oh,
not. It's
it's-
not optimized yet. So if you got too much going on your service on your network, it won't keep to that.
That might
Yeah,
explain because
okay.
we had it like great the first night and then the second night it was just kind of coming in and out.
So I don't know when Netflix first came to Australia, it was very network hungry.
Mm.
It would like would stream at the best quality, but then it would dull down the
Yeah.
picture. This is what Shudder's like. So it was try and stream it at its full quality,
Stan does that.
but it
too.
won't be able
Yeah,
to
Stan's pretty shitty for that.
won't be able to do it if you got
Yeah.
too much on your network. So it will make the picture look good, like
Yeah.
unfocused for a bit till it catches back up.
I have to say though, it's cool because I love horror. It's probably one of my favorite genres. So to make a streaming service dedicated to it, it's just that horror's got
It's funny you
so much shit. But
you say
I
you
love
like
it.
horrors, but every horror movie we talk about you hate.
because I'm gonna be the most critical I think of it because it's just so hard to find something that is like really stands out to me. Also, when you've watched so many, they all blur together, and it's like I don't want to see the same thing again. I want to see something different now. Like the problem is when you try to do something different, it's like an indie game and it's like low budget, and I don't want to see pixels.
Fucking picky.
Like, what's your favorite genre, Aaron?
Probably sci-fi.
Sci-fi. Event Horizon.
Yeah, that was something.
That's a great movie.
That was something. I watched that actually not. Well, I say not long ago, but probably in the last year.
I think we put it on for a movie night, but I don't know if we'll watch it.
We watched it twice.
It's pretty.
Yeah.
It's pretty out there.
Is it just hell?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure they tapped into hell.
Okay. I always like when it's weird shit and then it's just like a dimensional shift to like some weird biblical place.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, that's weird.
It's like they found a way using technology to get to hell.
Is there a weird underwater one? Sphere?
Spheres is yeah, it's
No, no,
underwater,
it's not called Sphere, is it?
isn't it?
Is it
I don't know.
Sphere?
I've got no net
I
right now to look
think
it up.
you've had this argument before, and I think it was called Sphere or something really similar.
Look, some of the great horror movies are just based off of shapes. And that's the way it is.
The
Cube.
cube.
Yeah, cute. And where's triangle?
There is the
Look that up.
triangle. Babe, there is.
Dodecahedron.
There's a triangle.
There's the I think it's called Triangle, and it's got that Australian actress in it, the one with two different
Oh,
colour
it's the
eyes.
Bermuda Triangle.
And she, well, I won't ruin it, but
It's
anyway,
the Bermuda Triangle.
there's a triangle movie. So
All right. What about a rectangle? Let's see them fit that into something.
It's essentially just a square that's been stretched out.
That's the title. Stretch square.
Sure.
What's a 3D rectangle called? Like a square is a cube.
A prism?
What about the trapezoid?
Dodecahedron. All right. We probably should get into this.
It's
been
the
30
shapes
minutes.
cast.
The shapes cast.
Fucking hell. Just die.
All right. What is the movie?
Dragon Ball.
Dragon.
Yeah, it is
Dragon
definitely.
Ball Z.
Dragon Ball Evolution.
It's definitely a movie.
All right. Dragon Ball Evolution came out in 2009. Wow. This movie felt much older.
Right?
It's
No.
got a 2.5 on IMDb, 15 on Rotten Tomatoes, 2.5 from
15% on
Concept.
Rotten Tomatoes.
That's not saying much. Rotten Tomatoes are dumbasses.
I like it.
They don't know what they're on about.
They are fucking.
But the Google
smack
users
on.
is
What
where
the
it's
fuck?
at.
I lost my words.
21%.
Whew.
70 is like a bad rating on Google users. This is a 21%. It was directed by, James Wong? No fucking way.
What has he made?
Some great movies.
Yeah, Dragon Ball Evolution.
Not this one.
He
Final
did the
Fantasy.
one.
It's Final
I like the
Fantasy.
one. It's cheesy. It's Jet Li. the
Final
one.
Destinations.
He did the Final Destinations. Cheesy but fun. I can see how this.
James, what went wrong?
Wow. Wow. Racist much?
It
Yeah.
had to be said, and he earned it. I don't care.
You fucked us.
Yeah, he really did.
Alright, so now I'm going to piss you all off.
Yeah.
I actually didn't mind the movie.
Hold on a sec. It had a $30 million budget. It made $58 million. Fuck knows how. And,
That's because people expected something more than it was.
You know, the fact that it actually made that little is kind of weird when you
Yeah.
think about like movies these days.
Put on Dragon Ball Super, the first Dragon Ball Super movie.
What about it?
I want to know what
To
that made
compare
at the
the
box
money.
office.
Oh, you want to see what? Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, wouldn't it be Battle of the Gods or something? The one that got like a release, the
Yeah,
first.
all right.
What about Broly? Just look up
No,
Broly.
That's
no.
the latest one. I want to go something a bit. Fuck it.
Because like there was a huge gap for Super.
Box office that made 51 million US. Like considering. It was
And that's a
like
cartoon.
Yeah, that's
Shouldn't
true.
say that. Anime. It's animated.
Though to be fair, that means that Dragon Ball Evolution, and that was 11 years ago. That's a decent amount then.
I don't know. Yeah, but that's everyone was expecting something.
Do you want to hear some fun facts?
I'd like
We
this
save that for the
podcast to
usually,
end.
but
I don't want to remember this.
Why?
You won't. You didn't remember the sexy horse girl. This would be
I
gone.
swear she doesn't turn into a horse.
He doesn't
I don't
remember
think
anything
she
he did
turns
yesterday.
into a
So.
horse. I think she was half horse. Alright. Well, we already know this was high, wasn't it? 4 billion.
yeah, it's made 100.
4 billion yen.
Made 124 million.
Not bad.
It's pretty good. Super was good. All right, that's it. That's it for the movie. We're done.
Done.
Let's rate it.
No.
All right, Martin says he likes it.
I know.
I'm not surprised.
I know.
See-
But why?
Yeah. Well, I didn't go into it expecting a Dragon Ball one-to-one type of storyline.
Oh no, neither did I. Like,
So, but I reckon if you don't expect it to be Dragon Ball from the start of Dragon Ball,
it's still a bad movie.
I found it pretty good. They did a pretty good job at the special effects and that, and
Special
the story
effects.
wasn't too bad for me.
They did a pretty good job. It was definitely a movie. It was movie length. There was actors.
Look,
Well, there.
Considering there was no big name actors in there that I could recognize.
I'll tear this movie down without even the fact it's Dragon Ball. The pacing was dumb. It's
Oh, the
all over
pacing
the
was
place.
fucking
It
retarded.
jumps through. It's like they tried to shove 7 seasons into one fucking.
It
thing.
had an anime pacing to it to me.
No.
no.
It did to me.
No.
You know,
Like-
you want to know what anime pacing of Dragon Ball is?
Long.
Dragon Ball.
I didn't say Dragon Ball pacing.
That's
I said
the pacing.
I said an animal. Anime.
Pacing.
An anime.
Had an
pace.
animal pacing. First it was slow, and then it saw you, and then it ran.
Hey, I've been playing hunting games. That's how it works.
He went from a 5-minute scene in high school to
Oh, wait, don't get me started. It jumps all over the place. Like,
No, I mean,
you
just
got the
how-
you got the grandfather part, and then he's like, there's a high school split moment scene. They got fucking a what's it called? A freaking tournament, a fighting tournament for 1/8 of a second scene.
that tournament was less than a minute.
Like, they literally have everything you could ever want, but never wanted to watch. Like,
And
it's,
airbending.
I
And
know.
airbending.
then there
I
was
think they got the wrong source.
then they went to the city for a brief moment and found
Look,
Roshi.
They were at
like,
Gohan's house. They were at a high school. They went to a
Yeah.
tournament. They went to Master Roshi's house. They got stuck in a hole. They went to the Dragon Temple. They went to another temple. It went so many places, and every scene
they were in a
was
volcano.
no more than 5 minutes long. And that's just bad for movies in general.
All it was missing was how much time had gone past between each scene.
That would have helped a lot. That would have personally made me happy because I like when I see that.
I liked at one point when it's like, we've got 2 days until the eclipse, and then he's visiting that old guy that made the vase, right? And then they're like, it's tonight, and it's like, oh, did they travel? Like, where is this
No,
place?
we saw him running.
No,
That was for 2 weeks.
Yeah, apparently.
Remember, they were stuck in a hole for a night.
yeah.
Did you see the
With
after
American
credit
Yamcha.
scene?
Yeah.
You don't even have to watch it.
I only just
The
saw
fact
it
that
today.
they had the gall
Stop
to
using that
imply that there would be another movie.
It was meant to be a trilogy.
No, I don't care what he meant.
I would have watched the second one, but I would not have been happy.
Yeah, I would have watched it, but I wouldn't have enjoyed it.
What's really weird to me is I remember when this came out, I saw it, I thought it was great, and then when I saw there weren't going to be any more, I was so disappointed. Now I look back and I think, you retarded bitch, really? Why did you want more of this? It's so bad.
Yeah.
All right, if we're going to, look, because I'm going to seem, everyone's going to seem biased because it's like Dragon Ball fans. But take out Dragon Ball,
Uh-huh.
slow-mo scenes all over the place.
Yep.
For some reason.
Yep.
Pacing's horrible.
Green screen
The only
everywhere.
good actor.
The action wasn't good. For an action, an action-based
Yeah, the action is.
anime, the action was shit.
Yeah.
The only part where
So
the
terrible.
action was somewhat okay is probably the bully scene when he fought with them. That's the only part because he didn't really
Yeah,
fight.
that's true.
That was like the best scene in all
Yeah.
honesty.
That wasn't good, though.
But it was the best.
I know.
Yeah.
You got to choose something as the best.
You maybe could say when he fought with Master Roshi, like, because at least that guy actually knows how to fight, so it looked a little more authentic.
That looked so bad to me.
They all looked bad. We're saying what's the best.
The best of a worst.
You looked great.
Like, the outfits. What? Look, see, I don't even care if you change, like, people get upset. Like, Aaron with Death Note, he's like, why'd they make him have this? I don't care about the fact that Goku had, like, a love interest and he was a teenage guy. It's the way it was done that was so bad.
It was like, what year is this? Where is this?
It was in a
Why
fantasy
are
world.
bullies
happening?
like
No,
40 years old?
It's a fantasy. Like, it's not a real world. It's
Yeah,
like Dragon Ball world. I get that that's a mix.
I did appreciate
mishmash of different things.
The weird sci-fi to try and make the city look weird.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? I was like, okay, yeah, fine. That's
Like,
cool.
because that's Dragon Ball in a
Yeah.
nutshell. It's like you've got these like sci-fi cities, and then people
Dinosaurs.
just living, with dinosaurs in huts and shit like that. That's the world. That's probably the most honest and authentic part of the movie is the backgrounds. They just didn't stay in any one of them for long enough to appreciate
They didn't
it.
want you to see.
The only thing that annoyed me is Yamcha didn't have his little friend
Oh,
floating
don't
around.
start on Yamcha.
Why?
Oh my god.
Why is Yamcha older than Master Roshi in this
I don't
movie?
understand.
Why has he got blonde hair? Why does he act that way? Why is he...
Like, I swear he was like more prosthetic than Piccolo or something. Like, he didn't look human.
That's what I was saying. Why doesn't he look right? Something about him look... His lips are like purple. I don't even know why.
His lips were purple?
Look, to be fair, a lot of their makeup changed throughout the movie, okay?
Yeah, like I'm not sure why the contacts were gone at the end.
Why does that guy have blue contacts in? Why did Master
What
Roshi
guy?
have blue contact lenses in?
Because he has blue eyes in the movie, doesn't he? In the anime, doesn't he?
He has dots for eyes.
I thought he had color for his eyes at some point.
No, and also he wears sunglasses basically all the time.
Yeah, that's
He has
true, I
little
guess.
eyes when they come off.
No, I've
I'm
never paid that much
Googling,
attention.
I'm punching
And then,
back and
at the
Googling
end
it.
scene where everyone looked different, looked like it was shot afterwards, he doesn't have them in anymore. It's back to his normal self.
Right?
Like, I
great
think I would
movie.
have preferred.
I love this movie.
It's fun. It is, you know what? It is a fun movie to laugh at, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I would have preferred a movie because they seem to be able to do the world somewhat justice.
No, they don't. Stop trying to say
No,
that.
no, no. Like,
They
I mean,
did.
if you're salvaging something, but it's not based on Goku. So imagine like
This is your complaint with all adaptations, is
No.
that it can't be based on any of the characters in it.
because they won't do a good job.
I'd look to you.
Shit.
Let it go.
No, they could have easily made a world where they're still chasing the Dragon Balls.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I
And
thought the
it could have
same.
been a fun in the Dragon Ball world live movie that would have been enjoyable because it wasn't based on anything else besides the world and
Or
the
it could have
idea of
been
Dragon
based on them.
Balls.
They still could have done the same idea.
They could have done something else, man. Like, and I don't understand why they based it on Dragon Ball, but wanted to make them all like older. And
Yeah,
some
I know
younger.
what you mean with-
They
I
made
know-
some people super old.
I think it's that weird thing where, you know, if you go back to like 90s movies and everyone's just kind of old, but they're in high school, like that weird thing. Like, I swear, in the bully group, the ones up front were like, oh yeah, they're probably like, 32. But there's this one guy in the back,
the
I'm sure
bald
he was in
one?
his late 40s. Like
Who's
Christ.
playing an 18-year-old and you're balding?
Hey, that's not fair. That happens.
Yeah, I know.
Men's
but-
hair loss is a thing.
I'm like,
You're not 18.
Wait.
You're allowed.
When he walks into the party, I love the extra. There's two dancing.
Oh yeah.
And she's like closes her, and then she opens her eyes again, and then she like sort of closes her eyes. Like, did
And then
someone
she's
say
just staring and smiling, and it's so weird.
like no one told the extras what to do?
And it wasn't even dancing.
don't blink. I'm like, I don't know what to do.
I think she just wanted to be really in it as much as she could.
No,
be.
I think she didn't know 100% what she was supposed to do. Like, if they were
They
supposed
didn't
to
know.
move,
Are they shooting yet? Like, it was really bad. Oh, like Shenron, he looked terrible.
Yeah, the dragon. I
Like,
gotta say that dragon was weird.
CGI I'll always forgive because it's just that's budget. Like, that's something that you can't.
Why was he so short?
It would have been
He
better
was
to
as
make
short as he was wide.
The real Dragon Ball.
At one point, it looked like when Piccolo fell on the ground, it looked like they
Ah.
dropped a toy into some sand and filmed that. And then all I could think is they should have done that for the dragon. Just a little dragon on strings, like, so, but no.
The cuts there's the scene where they crash in the Jurassic Park Jeep.
Yeah.
And they all go flying everywhere. And then it's like, cut. And everyone's
This
and I
happened.
was
They
like,
lost
"What's
this.
happening?"
They're injured. It's so bad.
I'm like actually moving my head, like looking around, like getting whiplash, trying to figure out what's going on.
The crash took about 6 seconds, but it's 45 seconds of seeing where everyone went. Like it's something.
6 seconds of scene, 45 cuts.
It's Dragon Ball.
I wonder how long it actually was. Like, did he cut half the movie out? Was it just too long?
The funny thing is if they just did cut probably a lot out, it would have had a better pacing and felt
Yeah.
more natural.
There should have been no high school stuff. He could have met Chi-Chi at the tournament.
No, I meant
Yeah.
like, was it originally like 2.5 hours?
Oh, do you think they cut
Maybe.
it down? Like,
And he had to cut it to this.
And it felt a bit jade.
But like, he
jarred.
had to leave everything like that was there for some reason.
he's like, yeah, because look, if the movie is written out in a certain way, and then you're like, fuck, I need him to meet, Chi-Chi in this high
Yes,
school scene.
like, if he doesn't have that high school scene, you don't even know why the fuck he's at the party.
Yeah.
When he's unliked, and
Yeah.
suddenly he's super confident in front of her, but like, yeah, I don't understand. Like,
Why did she have a macaw? Was that to show that she was wealthy?
She's exotic.
she's exotic, yeah. Chi-Chi.
They're all exotic.
The world is exotic.
Yeah.
It was just weird. I was just remembering. I'm like, that's right. They
And
did
no
that weird
dinosaurs.
zoom
Was
out.
there any dinosaurs?
There was talk of him.
Hey. Wait, was it?
Yeah, I swear there was talk. The grandfather, Gohan, was talking about him.
Oh, talking about them.
Mm.
Didn't see one dinosaur.
Oh, you're a dinosaur.
Yeah, but how about when he dies and goes to limbo for a second?
No.
It's funny because I was watching it. I'm like, oh shit, this is a high school drama movie. But then it wasn't a high school drama. Then it was an adventure movie.
Like, it's so clear
It had
that
everything.
he
It
had
was
no
great.
idea.
You're right. It had a bit of everything. Something for someone.
He had no idea of the source material. It's so obvious.
Yeah,
He didn't.
I think he just got a synopsis and was like, okay, something about magic balls. There's a dragon, green dude, perfect, done. All right, everyone's gonna be this age. I'm gonna do it in a high school, and I can just imagine people being like, no, but it's like it's okay,
No,
it's
like-
fine.
If you think about it, it's like, all right, what am I writing for? What's the demographic of Dragon Ball? It's probably like, between 13 and 20 or some shit like that. That movie would probably fit into what you would write for something like teenagers. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, I can relate to the high
It's like,
school
my
thing.
9-year-old loved it.
But like, when you consider the fact that the creator of Dragon Ball was trying to tell them what to do and give them advice, and then they just kind of cut him off from the project, it's
Is that what
like, well,
happened?
shit, yeah. So every suggestion he made, the writers and that were like, oh, no, we're not doing that. To the point where they just booted him from the project completely, and he hates it. Like, he hates the movie. He says it's not Dragon Ball related at all, and it's shit.
Oh, it's not.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with him.
The fact that they airbend is like a problem. Also,
But the airbending lights fires.
The final stage of airbending is
Is
to light
fire.
fire. So,
I know. And what about when he mentioned there's multiple airbending, like
Yeah.
not airbending, like
the elements.
elemental
Yeah.
bending, but that doesn't come up again.
No,
does it?
it's like, all right, this is the last stage of airbending. You're going to light the candles now.
Yeah.
Okay, go fight
No,
Piccolo.
earlier than that. He talked about multiple elements
know.
of
Yeah.
bending.
But see, that's it. That's the final stage of airbending. Now he's going into firebending.
What do they cross over? Is it a fucking Venn diagram?
Fuck.
Yeah, but where's Aang? God, this movie. I was reading that it took 40 cans of hairspray to do his hair, and I'm like, are you
40.
joking?
It
40.
wasn't even spiky.
It wasn't spiky, unless they mean that one scene at the end. But it's like,
That's
Yeah.
because it was
Really?
all roughed up.
yeah,
That probably just happened naturally when he was like doing the show.
it's just.
How did you like this? You sick.
No,
fuck.
he's right because Martin likes things that are they're
Shit.
stupid to watch and you can laugh at them.
Yeah,
But he uses the wrong word in saying that they're good.
it was
Yeah.
good. It wasn't what it was supposed to be, but it was a good comedy.
Yeah, it's it wasn't a comedy.
This is in the same vein of Nukem High, except they knew what they were doing in that movie.
So I thought it was a comedy. So to me, it was funny.
Actually,
It was great.
What is
probably
it?
was a comedy.
Show me.
Parody of Dragon Ball.
Show me what genre.
It's gotta be like, oh wait, action adventure.
Oh, honey, no.
What are you talking about? There was action.
It
there was
actually
adventure,
felt
there was
like-
comedy, there was drama, there was thriller, there was horror.
It was a
They made
great
it for
movie.
like 8 to 10-year-olds.
Like I said,
it felt like it was aimed at 8 to 10-year-olds.
My 9-year-old
Yeah.
loved the movie. He
But
wants to watch it again.
In 2009, the people that grew up with Dragon Ball
Yeah,
were all adults, basically.
Well, no, because
It
when it
did
came
make a
over,
comeback,
it was
though.
in the 90s.
Yeah,
So
so
we saw Dragon Ball Z.
most people were adults.
I had never seen Dragon Ball.
2009
Oh wait,
came.
9. I'm thinking like, yeah, you're right. So I would have been what, 19?
Yeah.
Oh god.
And you were young when you were watching Dragon
Yeah,
Ball.
I guess I was. Yeah, they fucked up.
They aimed it it's like it was aimed for like really young kids. Like, and I don't understand why they felt they had to explain the whole of Dragon Ball. When you watch an animated Dragon Ball movie, they don't try to explain all of Dragon Ball's history. They assume
Anime is different though.
they
A
assume
lot
you
of
know something. I know, but
Yeah.
just make it live action anime, and you would have had fucking
And you
fans.
still-
Hey,
would complain.
Live
for
action
days.
anime is what the movie they did with Bleach, and that was fucking garbage to me anyway.
No, not like that.
I don't remember.
Or Full Metal Alchemist.
I remember that one. That was good.
Too much anime does not transfer to live that way. Not one for one.
What's the one with the
That-
big sword? What's the anime?
Bleach.
Alright, I have watched bits of that live action movie.
Then all they had to do then is, if they were scared that they wouldn't be able to do all the action sequences of Dragon Ball Z justice, do Dragon Ball, but
I
do
feel
it
like that's what
right.
They kind of did. In this.
Yeah, but better and more more accurate.
to be fair, this is that old style of like when you watch, action movies are now good. Do you know what I mean? Like when they were in the past, it was like you do one punch, something happens, it cuts to another scene, you do like a kick,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the old Van Damme kind of
Yeah,
style
yeah.
movies. Whereas now you have a scene that can flow for like a fight scene that can be like 3 seconds, and that goes into another one where it's like 5 seconds kind of thing.
Yeah, which is a long time for a fight sequence.
Yeah,
I
and to
think-
get the choreography down is not easy.
We've been spoiled by John Wick.
In this, Keanu's doing it now.
Yeah. Like, you go back and you watch old movies and you're like, oh, you guys fucking suck. And they're like, we trained for days. And it's like, it shows.
Yeah.
Now you get actors that put in like 6 months of training and it's so
Yeah, yeah.
good. So
But,
you
like,
can't judge it too
How much
harsh.
did they make from Dragon Ball Broly? Just say
200.
124 million.
That's fine. Like, you could make a movie aiming for that kind of money. A live action movie. Have a budget of what was the budget for fucking this?
30.
But, yeah.
You'd be laughing if you had a 30 million budget and made 120 million.
It'd be a decent amount
The-
because
the-
the advertising and that costs a
Like,
ton.
They took huge risks and tried to play it safe in some weird way, trying to appeal
Safe.
to
This
young
movie was
children.
anything but safe. They did everything. They shoved like 2 or 3 seasons of Dragon Ball into one movie.
Goku was an 18-year-old psychic airbender. I don't know what else you
Who
want.
literally went from
He
just
wasn't
training.
psychic.
When
He had
for some reason
visions.
he had visions and he could sense the Dragon Balls, which I will not make fun of because I'm trying to separate this from the source material. So like if it was just any other movie, it was like, oh okay, he's connected to them, fine.
He only ever sensed one of them though.
Yeah, but
The
then
one
he
in
started,
Roshi's house.
But then he
picked
also
it up.
did he sense Roshi or his grandpa?
He
He
or-
sensed Roshi, but that makes sense.
He sensed the
The
key.
chi,
Yeah.
like
The chi,
key,
sorry.
or chi,
They
key.
call
I
it
don't
ki.
know.
Yeah, why'd they
Key.
call it key?
It is key.
But I
That's
thought-
Dragon Ball World.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll allow it.
Because it's actually Ki
Yeah.
in Dragon Ball, not Chi.
Okay.
But then when they went to the temple, technically that's using your chi.
Look, they should have just used the no and not made this. I feel like
They
if they did
literally
it
did a bad
now
job.
and they
They
got
just-
the creator involved, even if it was fan funded, like do a Kickstarter, get
There
the
already is.
creator to be involved.
That already is.
How long has
It's
this
great.
Kickstarter been
No,
going for?
I don't mean fan made. I mean a Kickstarter from fans and then a decent person makes it.
Yeah, they had a Kickstarter, and then they made a bunch of money, and they made it. It's called A New Hope. It's Trunks and Gohan's story.
But I thought that wasn't
Wait,
an official
really?
movie.
No, it's
I
a
haven't watched
YouTube
it.
movie.
So it
Ah.
doesn't fucking count.
It's still.
You're just talking
Netflix.
shit. You're like, yeah, someone in their basement.
You just said
made
use a
Trunks
Kickstarter
movie.
to try and make something. That's what they did.
No, use a Kickstarter to get
make a
money.
Hollywood
like,
movie.
Like
Yeah.
they did for Veronica Mars. Everyone banded together, donated like $1 million or whatever it was, and they made a proper Veronica Mars movie.
I wonder how much they would get if they tried to do a Kickstarter for a good Dragon Ball movie.
Oh man,
They made a movie with $1 million.
I don't know.
No, they probably got millions.
It was just Veronica Mars. They just had to bring back all the old cast and then be like, solve crime. So it's good. Everyone just wanted Veronica to fuck Logan, and she did. It was worth it. I'd pay again.
Wow.
Like,
To see more detail.
this movie has been shit on by everybody since it come out, and probably until there is a new one, and even after that.
Look, the writer got death threats to the point where he issued an apology.
He had to apologize.
But I don't forgive him.
He literally got death threats.
Yeah, he said that he was arrogant and that he thought that it would be easy to just make like a cool action kind of movie, and that he didn't need to look into it. And he's like, I'm sorry, please stop threatening to kill me. And everyone's like, no, die. So, and
No, death threats are more not like die. Death threats are like, I'll kill you.
yeah. And when
Not
you've got
someone's going to
Yeah.
kill you.
you've got all the Dragon Ball fans after you, that's a lot of people.
I wish you ill fortune.
Yeah.
Alright, but now it's time to talk about the good stuff. Now, let's end this podcast.
We gonna rate this stuff?
No, first off, there is something I do appreciate. I did like the look of the Dragon Balls.
Yes,
Like,
they look
for
pretty
live
cool.
action. I actually thought they did well at bringing the orange jumpsuit to life. Like it was like it somehow kind of worked, except his pants were weirdly baggy.
They're the things that I don't care about. Oh, like they're the things where like you'd be like, his like blue jumpsuit looked shit. It could have been orange. Yeah, if that was the problem with the movie, I wouldn't have had that big of a problem.
This is why you
No,
don't have a problem
they
with
did
the
the
other anime
jumpsuit
ones.
justice, but fuck the story.
Yeah, so
Fuck
Right.
coherence.
They had a story.
yeah,
He becomes the American werewolf in Paris, and then he goes around and kills his master.
What did it have to do with fucking... What did him turning into the were monkey have to do with Piccolo?
Destroying the world. He's like,
don't
now you do
understand.
my
In-
bidding.
yeah.
break
In this
the
one,
world."
Piccolo
was.
controlled him.
Yeah,
He was sent there to do Piccolo's bidding for it, and
Yeah, why?
that's
Because-
just how it was.
there's no
What?
Saiyans in this. It's Namekians that
Yeah.
sent Goku the gorilla.
The fucking Namekians. I fucking hate them. They're like a peaceful... And what about
Wait,
the
super-
startup, the first intro explaining the Dragon Balls? I'm like, this has nothing to do with anything. You just made that up.
Yeah. Yep.
But it's okay because we're separating it from Dragon Ball. We're
They
just having
wanted to
be its own
separate it
story.
from the Namekians. They wanted the Namekians to be evil.
Well, they were.
Namekians look
One
evil.
was evil.
Hey, in Lord Slug, the
Two was
backstory in
evil.
no, the Superman Namekians were evil. They had to be banished from the planet.
It's because they're power hungry. They probably weren't even that evil.
Probably weren't even that evil.
No, they were just all Aaron.
Fuck off.
They're not that evil.
They're not freezers. Like, they're fucking probably just arrogant and want
Look, and I said it's not about. I'm just saying what the pros are to this movie. All right, I'm
All right,
grasping.
all right. What
We're
did it-
trying.
I will say, I didn't mind his outfit. I thought even Piccolo's prosthetics, I would have fucking been fine with. Like getting him wear what he normally wears would have been probably pretty hard to pull off.
Couldn't he have his little antennas though?
I
They were
think
kind of there.
they were there. They were flattened.
folded
They were
down.
folded down like he was scared.
Can't hear anything with those.
The comedy was good.
Why was a fucking 40-year-old Asian woman?
No, the comedy was that of a fucking Disney movie that's like, what was that one we watched?
The Descendants.
Yeah,
It
that
feels
was
like
the comedy.
Descendants.
Fuck,
It's
it does
Descendants
feel like
comedy.
Descendants.
It is. It's Dragon Ball Descendants.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I did think it felt a bit like that. I was like, maybe if they sing, it'll get better. Like-
Oh my god. if
Actually,
they sung.
it probably would have been better. I would have actually enjoyed it more because I would have been like, this isn't Dragon Ball at all. This is some fantasy fun world Dragon Ball themed movie.
Oh.
No.
I'm surprised they didn't fight Piccolo by playing at a rock contest or something. Though that would have been excellent.
Yeah, I know. It's like they followed just enough of the law for me to be like annoyed at the stuff they didn't.
yeah.
If they'd just thrown caution to the wind completely and made something funny and hilarious and it wasn't supposed to be any true representation, that would have been better.
Oh.
Yeah, but there's other movies that are that. They're just not called Dragon Ball.
There's so many weird little issues with it. Like, I just keep remembering them over and over, like PTSD. And I just think like when Mai tries to take the Dragon Ball at the volcano and he fights her and gets her with one good hit and she's just gone. And then he casually walks back to everyone and goes la 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 la, and it's just like, you're not going to mention her at all. You kicked her. You don't want to talk about it. On with the story. And then
That's
she was
Goku for you.
lurking. Yeah, probably.
It's funny because
he also didn't eat enough.
Come on, the bridge.
The bridge was so
the
bad.
Piccolo fucking bridge people.
Hey,
He's
that was
like,
good. I
Put
like
them in
that.
the lava. It's the only way to kill them. They're not melting or anything. They just float there forever. Like,
Yeah,
That would like contradict it. So it's the only way to kill them. Also, you can make a bridge out of them.
they're buoyant enough that you can stand on them.
Also, Master Roshi jumps out of that hole. He could have just jumped over and got that fucking Dragon Ball and then jumped
I
back.
thought that
I
was
know.
like, doesn't he have like an incredible jump?
What do you mean jump over? I thought they had to dig through because it was in a cavern, not another hole.
No,
No,
on
no,
the volcano.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
yeah.
could have probably just jumped across there if he wanted
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
Or walked around.
Yeah.
But yeah, who knows? Like, you know what? As that fight was going on, I'm like, oh fuck, this feels like Power Rangers.
It did feel like Power Rangers.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with
Except
Power Rangers.
was good.
I love a Power Rangers movie.
Like, seriously.
But
I
the
hate
only
this
good
guy.
thing...
What's his name? I'm never watching another one of his movies.
Well, him and Bulma are
Boycott
from
him.
Shameless. And in Shameless, they get together.
And that
So it was
Netflix
a very weird
sci-fi,
thing.
They
he's the
are
husband.
from Shameless.
Netflix
Mm.
sci-fi.
A weird crystal thing just appears on Earth, and then they go off into space to find out where the signal's coming from. You watched
Ah,
It's so
it. He's
good.
the husband that stays on Earth.
I never noticed that.
Yeah, no one would notice
What's
much of
this?
him. Oh, just what other movies he's in. What's his
Yeah.
name? Justin Chatwin?
God, look at him. He looks like a weasel. Doesn't he look like a weasel?
Why
You
did
look like a
Yamcha
weasel.
have to be called Yamcha? Just make him someone else.
Call him Yam Yam.
No,
What was wrong with Master
Peter.
Roshi?
be fine with Peter.
Master Roshi was good.
I thought Master Roshi
He-
was probably the best representation of any of the characters.
He acted like Master Roshi
yeah, he
really
did
well.
act like a
He just
lot like
didn't
it.
have the turtle shell.
Mm.
He was part of the Crane
He
School.
didn't
that
feel
said-
Master Roshi to me.
He felt, out of all the characters, he felt mostly like the original.
He just needed
Which
that.
is weird because then you've got one that feels like the original with in a cast of other ones that don't have the feeling of it.
I feel like Chi-Chi had one scene where she felt close. When she's
Yeah.
at the tournament
No, they
and then
all
she's
had a
all
couple.
enthusiastic and runs up to him and I was like, cool.
Yeah, that feels like Chi-Chi.
But like, all of Goku's lines were so poorly delivered.
That's his fault as an actor, though.
No,
That's not the writer's fault.
but I feel like they directed him to do that because some of it sounded normal and then some of it was like a bad stage play. And I feel like they were like, say it again but more dramatic. Ah,
No,
perfect.
this feels like one of those movies where the director is
Was
like,
asleep.
just he's like one take. He's like, yeah, it's good enough.
Yeah, that's right.
I
That's
was like,
done.
just get this over and done with.
Like, hey, that 30 million.
Where did the
how
30
much?
million go?
Probably on the special effects,
Rent.
sets,
Renting the set.
the
Do you know-
70 sets.
Do you know where it was made? It
Where?
was made, the whole thing was filmed in an abandoned jeans factory in Mexico. And it was green screen.
You know what?
Oh my god.
Nice.
I
That's
can
not too
feel- I
bad
can
then.
Feel that.
If that whole thing was green screen, that wasn't too bad.
Oh. What about the driving? I was like, this is like a fucking terrible music video when he's doing the handstand in the back.
Oh my god,
and
when
they got
she
the
turns,
sunnies on.
oh my god. And she does that weird turn and he falls over and it was just like, fucking hell, this is bad. Okay, look.
It's like when she stops, he just slams his head into the back of her.
There's so much.
Look.
No, all I'm saying is Martin doesn't get a vote on this one.
Why? I liked this movie.
You're
It was
very
funny.
forgiving. It's like
I
imagine-
watch a lot of B grade movies.
Yeah, I was gonna say if he likes a lot of B grade, he's
Nah,
gonna like a lot of
he
B
does. He
grade.
didn't like Bad Boy Bobby.
That was below B grade.
That was interesting and entertaining.
This was interesting and
in a
entertaining.
morbidly
This
curiosity
is
type
on
of way.
the same level as
This is not a morbid curiosity.
I'm quite curious.
It was morbid curiosity that kept me. No, that's not. What kept me watching is that I had to watch it for this podcast.
I was falling asleep and I thought I have to stay awake because I have to review
I was
it.
actually falling asleep
Yeah.
near the end.
It was so boring. And then
No.
I'd wake up and laugh angrily and then I'd be
what are you
kind
talking
of
about?
dozing
There
again.
was so much excitement, so many cuts.
I was really excited when it ended and then you're like, hey, look more. And then my heart broke. So,
You have a heart? Wait a sec.
yeah, it's crooked.
All right, if we're to separate it from Dragon Ball,
Why didn't he like revive his
His grandfather.
Why
Does he have
didn't
to do Master Roshi?
Why didn't he revive everyone that
that
got
Piccolo?
killed?
Yeah, that Piccolo's minions
He
killed.
should have just been like, go back in time 3 days and Piccolo no longer exists.
Yeah.
But
Can't
instead
do
it's...
that.
Why? It says a perfect wish.
It's not perfect.
Why even bring back Roshi? He taught you how to light fire. He's done.
He's not.
I know,
He's got
they
so
made it
much more
seem
to
like he was super important to him, but he knew him for like 3 days.
Yeah.
But his
Oh,
grandpa, leave him dead.
It's like Kite and Hunter x Hunter.
Like,
Well,
seriously,
it was like,
he
oh,
didn't even think of his grandfather.
He's like, oh, when I turn 18,
He was old. He had his time.
I get to hear all about what happened to my parents. And then it's like, oh, I'll fix this old pervert. Like,
Wait. To be fair, that's actually the truest thing to Dragon Ball.
what?
He never brings his grandpa back.
I know, because he's been dead for so long by the time that he's able to possibly do it.
Yeah, it'd been 2
But-
weeks.
Anyway,
And he got to see him. He said he flashed towards him. He was standing in water. He said, "Yeah, I'm good. Fuck off."
so strange.
Eating his chicken feet in heaven.
They weren't chicken feet. They were actual chickens.
They were
weren't
No, he was
feet.
eating chicken feet.
Remember
thought
when
it
he
So
was
he had
Yeah.
like
sucking
a
the
nice
meter?
thing, and then you.
Oh
throw
yeah,
it in.
I thought it was a whole chicken.
No,
He
he
also
did have
had-
the whole birds.
yeah.
Didn't you feel bad? Like,
The
he cooked
birthday?
the whole meal,
Yes.
and then he just didn't rock up.
Yeah.
Like, it made me hate
Yeah.
Goku.
And then he's-
Goku's like, I get to learn everything on my 18th birthday.
No.
That's
So I won't
tonight.
be there.
See ya.
Well, he's at the party and he looks at the time and goes, this time every year, my grandfather and I celebrate together and we have a talk and it's lovely. Anyway, how's it going, Toots? And it was just like, what a scum.
Does he
know.
mean he was gonna like afterwards? He was gonna go celebrate, or he clearly missed
No,
it?
he
right?
said that they celebrate that time every year because that's the exact time he was born. Which doesn't really, I mean, I guess it's the exact time he found him in the lawn, but, you
Yeah.
know.
To be fair, Goku is self-centered and is a tosser in the anime. He's a tosser in this, so
Yeah.
it fits.
He just sucks.
Actually, this movie's brilliant.
And then he, like, why was it necessary to
Very
come
good joke.
upstairs and throw his jacket into the hole?
That was a funny scene. That's for the funnies.
It wasn't funny.
He's like, that's where I normally throw it, so I'm gonna throw it there again.
None of this was funny.
The whole thing was funny.
It's pretty funny. I actually laughed out loud at some of the moments in this.
Anything that was even remotely related to the anime wasn't because of the director. I guarantee someone who was like, we need to chuck these people a bone, and it was like fan service.
They're like, let's pretend that it's an original idea and it's got nothing to do with
Yeah.
it. That'll get it in.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, I know you've picked that girl to be Bulma. Wouldn't it be cute if she had a streak in her hair? Like, just to sort of get something in there. And they're like, oh, what if she has like cars and bikes that are kind of like Transformers, but they look like little beans? Wouldn't that be cool? And the writer's like, yeah, cool.
Let's do it.
I was disappointed she didn't have a turbo thing, that car though.
Turbo car?
In Dragon Ball, when he first meets her,
Yeah.
yeah,
The bike.
no, she has a car. That says
He
turbo
destroys
down the
the car,
side.
doesn't he?
Yeah, but he
Yeah.
first that's what she has
First meeting.
when she first meets him.
She should have whipped out that little car, and 18-year-old high school Goku could have gone, what's that? What's this animal? And he could have just made it really dumb.
I was really confused. Did he have schooling beforehand and not have friends, or was this him going to school now?
No, he had been going to school, and he said, everyone knows that I'm really weird, and they hate me.
Okay.
And then, like, it's probably because casually at school in science class, you're like, yeah, the aliens from 2,000 years ago. Like,
I know, how weird was that? Like, he didn't realize that he couldn't say that in public yet. Like, did you crash land on Earth as an 18-year-old? Like, and you've never experienced anything ever.
he's like, I don't know why everyone thinks I'm so weird. Anyway, whoosh, opening the lockers, like. It's so dumb.
It seriously, it was so stupid. Like, the characters didn't make any sense whatsoever. Like, if you were trying to make it more realistic and less anime-ish, like, and he's 18 now instead of 12 or whatever he is when
Yeah.
he's fucking in Dragon Ball, then at least make it seem like he's been living on Earth as a normal human for 18 years.
Well, they did kind of do
How?
it, but it
How?
switches.
He didn't seem normal at all. He didn't seem like any of those
He rides a
people.
bike to school.
That
Goku
gets
wouldn't ride a
flattened.
bike.
Where's
Okay.
his cloud? Where's his Nimbus?
It's under that car.
Oh my god, I need to see. Did that bike have Nimbus written on it?
Probably did. I'm Googling it.
You know, actually, I think that's the weird thing about this. Is there any Easter eggs in this movie?
Maybe. I'm gonna look up Easter eggs.
Besides the fact you actually saw the Dragon Balls.
Yeah, like, is that just...
People are like, the Easter egg is this movie that has nothing to do with Dragon Ball. The characters have the same names. Alright.
Yeah, that is the Easter egg. Yeah, it's Goku. Oh, that's the fan service.
I feel like none of them could say the lines
Hey,
without
there's a smart
feeling
car.
weird.
Yeah.
Because when he's like the Namekians,
Yeah.
and just any time they said the names out loud, it just felt so weird. Like they
It's
just
like
didn't-
line Namekians. The Namekians.
You don't see the black enough to actually see if there's
Yeah.
written on it.
Why do you have that ready to go? Stop that.
No.
Sorry, who was your favorite actor in all of this? Or character?
Probably.
Master Roshi.
Roshi for me, yeah.
Oh wait, yeah. Roshi's pretty cool.
Probably
though,
Chi-Chi.
Roshi.
I didn't say best actor.
No, I just mean overall, it never felt like she did anything crazy out of character. Like, even if I pretend it has nothing to do with Dragon Ball, her character
scenes
didn't
felt
change. She was
actually-
consistent.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and her scenes felt like her, I guess.
Yeah. She
Like
was
they
probably
seemed like a
closest.
portion of her personality. They didn't have the split personality where she can like. Oh no, young Chi-Chi didn't get angry all the time.
She
did
didn't have a helmet that shot fire beams
Like-
out
Yeah,
of
but
it.
I just mean like even in general, just like her character as a movie, like felt the same, I
Yeah.
guess, compared
It
to other
felt
people's kind of
about-
felt off.
She needed to have fits of rage, but other
Where's
than
the
that,
Ox
she was
King?
pretty chill.
Where's her
We
dad?
should have at least seen some big fuck off huge dad.
She didn't have
They
a
merged the
dad.
Ox King with Yamcha.
She had a macaw.
Yamcha ate the Ox King.
What would you say?
She had a macaw instead of a dad. She lived in a huge mansion.
Yeah.
Was that
And
her house?
That was her
Yeah.
That
house.
was
She
her
was
family's-
hosting a party.
That was her family's house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was the asshole's house.
No. She's like, I'm
Well,
throwing
right
a
now
party.
I'm really annoyed at that asshole trying to kick someone out of someone else's party.
That's
Yeah.
the point. They're douches.
But
They got what they deserved. They punched each other out.
I love that. It's like, I'm going to stand in front of your most prized possession while you've got a crowbar. Oh, look at that. You broke your window. Might as well keep going.
It was
And
a
it's- whatever.
golf club.
Was it?
One had a bar. It looked like
Yes.
when
Yeah, I
they,
thought
when
it
they
was
hit
just a
each other,
bar.
it looked
I'd
like it was just a
still be
lead
pissed
pipe.
that the guy
It
jumped on
looked
my
like
car.
a golf club.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't be swinging this bar or whatever it was
I'd
at,
be like,
at him while he's
I'll,
on my
be like,
car.
I'll
After
wait
the-
for you to come down.
Yeah, after you fucking whacked off your mirror,
Mirror.
you'd just be like, oh, fuck. Get down here, cunt.
Yeah, you'd be grabbing him down. You wouldn't
Yeah.
be hitting your car with a big pipe. But he wasn't very clever.
I love how falling into a fountain just automatically KOs someone.
And it was slow-mo.
Yo, I don't know. I haven't fell into a fountain though, so I don't know if I'm like just fucked afterwards.
He was like,
Maybe he
like,
had eaten a
everything
devil
just
fruit.
flows.
Maybe he had eaten a devil fruit.
You
Just
drown
lost his
in
power.
3 inches of water. You're just
Hey.
laying at the bottom of the fountain like... Blah, blah, blah,
That's
blah.
Luffy for you.
That can happen.
You
You
like-
could literally just like purse your lips and you'd be above, like be able to breathe.
That requires a lot of energy.
And they don't know how to do things.
Okay, who was your least favorite character?
Goku.
Yamcha.
Probably Goku.
I'm
The
leaning
least,
towards Yamcha. I
Like,
think.
Yeah.
no, but Yamcha was still
Actually...
like
Yeah.
he wasn't Yamcha,
But he
but
suited
he
what
didn't
was.
anger me
Yeah.
like Goku did.
See, Goku
Goku
felt like
had
girl
more screen
Goku.
time to work with, so like, I give him a pass. I just thought Yamcha was a terrible character.
Goku left his grandfather to eat chicken feet in the dark on his own.
And he probably would have done that in the anime.
Such a cunt.
Yeah, he sucks.
He's very neglectful.
It's Aaron.
And he has shit hair.
No. That was the best they were going to get that hair for a
That's-
live action.
That is
Actually,
not
now
true.
that your hair's long, can I use 40 cans of hairspray and give you Goku hair?
Like I can't
Probably
imagine
dead.
40 cans of hairspray. Like you could basically just build the hair.
Oh,
Do you know how much matter is in 40 cans of hairspray?
It's because no one who worked on the movie cared. So they were just like, yeah, here you go, and just not looking at what they were doing. And then they, oh, there you are, spraying it on
40
his hair.
cans across the movie,
Yeah, maybe that's what I
Alright.
meant.
but 40 cans to get his hair to look like that?
Even
That doesn't seem
What about that scene where he's in the mirror, flattening
Flicking
it
it
out,
back.
and
Oh,
he
yeah.
just pops back up?
that felt like something.
That's about
That's
40
a funny.
hertz rate.
It
another
felt like
funny.
it felt like something about Mary.
Actually, isn't there a scene in the anime where he does something like that?
Well, their hair can't be tamed, basically.
I think Chi-Chi tries to flatten Gohan's hair. And then it'll just
to
pop.
make him look good to go
Yeah.
to the hospital.
Nah, it can't be
somewhere,
Gohan
isn't
because
it?
you can style half Saiyan's hair. You can't style
And
a
his
pure
hair
Saiyan.
keeps growing.
Yeah.
Well, Saiyan's hair
Well,
basically just...
It's born.
I
yes.
remember in the
in that
anime,
particular
someone
way.
tries to flatten someone's hair, and then just pops back up after a
It
bit.
would have been Goku, or if anything. Because, yeah, you can do it, unless it's just...
It probably happened in the
continuity.
Dragon Ball
I wonder if it
series.
was Bulma trying to make him look presentable or something.
Oh,
after
wait,
she
when she's
baths him?
bathing him.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably that then.
Yeah, she's like, why don't your hair, like, fucking stay down or some shit?
Forgot about all that.
Liar.
Mm.
That would have been great to make in the movie. The whole,
The
Goku-
bathing scene?
not
That'd
just
have
the
been a good
bath, not
scene.
just the bathing scene. The whole
Bulma bathing 18-year-old Goku.
those scenes,
He lifts up her nightie and like
Yeah.
pats her and stuff.
those scenes when he's trying to work out the female gender.
That's
Yeah.
the scene that should have been in this.
He's
Oh,
like,
that would've
Chi
made
Chi, do you have a penis? And then like pats her. And she's like, oh, he's so weird. I love him. Like, that's what it feels like.
I gotta go back and watch Dragon Ball now.
So what was it? It was you and me, Yamcha, and used to a Goku.
Look, you can't fault Yamcha because
I can.
he didn't
He's
feel
fucking
like
stupid.
no,
He's definitely not Yamcha.
no.
No,
not
but I'm
even
not even. I
close.
don't even care. I just mean the character, the actor. I just don't like this
Oh,
guy.
actually, he did have that scene where the geyser hurt him, and then he continued to stand on
That
it.
was a
Yeah.
very anime scene, and that's ones that don't translate well.
Yeah.
I don't know, that's something that didn't need to be in there.
I didn't like
Like-
That's a
Piccolo.
lot that didn't need to.
Like, I thought Piccolo was quite shit as well.
They
because
probably thought this scene was
he-
too serious.
He had no personality at all, and he didn't really do anything.
I don't remember much of his
I
scenes.
know, there was
so
so very little of it.
He was just
It
an
didn't
evil bad
explain
guy.
any, like, premise to his motives. Like, there was nothing.
He was, and
He's
why?
evil.
How
He's
did
an
he get
Namekian.
out? Why did he get out after
He's
2,000
Namekian.
years?
It's just evil.
He used to be in a magic
I know,
jar.
they didn't even explain why he was out.
Yeah, he was in
Wait,
a magic
didn't they?
jar, and then
No.
all of a sudden it's like, the eclipse. Guess who's back? Back again.
Like-
It's back. Tell your friends.
fucking weirdo.
It's funny because they could have just used that girl who's probably Mai, I'm guessing,
Yeah, it was.
and could have just said that she got him out because that's what they did in the
Didn't he used to be in that pot thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they got him out. Peel
Like,
off.
why did they
shoe
have
and
him
mouth.
back?
She takes the cork off and tips him out.
It was
Oh,
basically just a gin.
when they take his blood and make those weird things, remember? Instead of him like vomiting an egg or whatever.
Oh,
he's meant
yeah.
to do. Yeah.
His little troops.
And they
instead
didn't
of-
even
Oh, yeah.
look like him. They looked like alien things.
Yeah. They probably had the most budget put into them. They look pretty good.
I forgot
They
about
did
them.
not look good.
They did
Why
look
did
good.
they even need that part?
Yeah, what was the
What,
To
like-
fight?
No, but they didn't even need that.
They needed action.
Well, yeah, they needed a lot of things. But, like, that whole scene could have, like, that whole part of the movie could have played out without that happening. He still could have gone to the volcano. He
They
still
could've
could
just
have
done
done
a
something
montage
to
of getting
get the
balls.
ball.
Yeah.
Why did they have to do that part?
You need to
Why
fight
didn't he
them.
do it again? Why didn't he make more to help him win?
And it was also kind of weird, like, they're so strong, they're just ripping these bad guys that Piccolo made, and it was hard for him to make.
Yeah.
They're tearing them up and using them as a bridge. And then it's
What
like,
about his
so
seat?
Piccolo's not
He's
that
like,
bad.
This is totally necessary.
Yeah.
And all these needles just go into him, when they could have literally just had one needle, and that would have been enough.
Yeah, but he needed a lot.
Why did they need a seat? Who built that? Who built that for Piccolo? He's just come back from nowhere.
Hey, maybe he gets dizzy around needles, okay? They need you to sit down, be strapped in. You can't faint and fall out of the chair.
How did he find his ship? I suppose you call it a ship.
Look, they answer a lot of questions in this movie.
They raised more.
He wasn't even that bad.
It's like science. You answer one question. They just
He was
raise
the-
more
he was
questions.
the most famous person in that movie, and it felt like he was in his prosthetics like, all right, so I'm bad, right? I'm going to deliver these lines real dramatic. And
What was?
then-
How much time was he actually in the movie for?
Not much.
I would say
Like
less.
18 minutes,
I was
15
gonna
minutes.
go less than that, I reckon.
I think they picked him because of the prosthetics he had in Buffy. They're like, he can handle a face full of shit. And that was it.
He won't complain.
Hey,
Like,
I still
honestly,
feel like his voice was alright for the part.
it was so bad. It was so bad.
But what's your favorite scene?
No.
Would you not have enjoyed it more if like there was a moment where he was in the competition?
I would
Goku
have
was
enjoyed
in
a
the
lot
competition.
I would have enjoyed a lot of things
But
that could have
I
been
feel
done.
like he can't. The only way that the tournament would have worked if it was where he met Chi-Chi, and then it would make more sense. Like, oh, we're here to
A
quickly
ball,
train
one
you.
of the balls was the prize.
Yeah.
And like, so they're competing in the tournament.
Yeah. I just.
Like something.
Now, look, the guy didn't know what. You know what? This is what you do.
Mm-hmm.
We should take a show you know nothing about and try and write something for it by
Actually,
just looking at
Do you know
glimpses
what?
of it.
That's not a bad idea. Like, if you find me a synopsis of an anime and tell me, like, and you've read all of it or you've watched all of it or whatever, and you say to me, make this, from this little bit of information, make this into a thing, let me try and do that. Because I guarantee
It'll be this.
It'll be better than
I'll give you a 1 minute GIF
Uh-huh.
of an anime.
Yeah.
And you've got to like write me a screenplay.
I'll do it. And it'll shit all over this.
Probably will.
Still, what's your favorite scene?
No.
Favorite scene.
Alright.
Remember, it's not good. It just
the-
has to be your
The
favorite.
airbending, then, when he's doing the candles.
The airbending?
It was pretty.
That was
Wow.
probably one of the better scenes. And that's because it went for actually 5 minutes and
Like,
not one.
if you ignore the entire rest of the movie and pretend that that was attached to something not shit, that would be cool, right?
So
Oh
if
my
it was
God.
attached to the last Airbender?
Hmm?
So part of the last Ender?
They could have chucked it in there, honestly.
Look at how he punches Chi-Chi and then he just runs off.
I just realized
Yeah.
the best scenes in this are the ones that actually went for like 5 minutes.
Like what?
The airbending scene.
Uh-huh.
Even when in the hole, when Master Roshi's like telling the story and it goes for a while. What was the...
What about how much time he wasted down there before he jumped out?
He could have gotten out the whole time. Why did they stay there and light a fire?
I know.
Because
Because he was trying to tell him a story.
he was trying to teach Goku a lesson.
Learn to be a part of the whole and stay here. It's where you're going eventually.
I think he
I
just
wish
wanted
they'd
to make
stayed in
dinner.
the hole, to be honest.
They ended up going back in the hole anyway, remember? To dig through that wall.
Yeah. Why was her thing not detecting that, by the way? Why didn't Goku use his fucking
Sense it?
magic senses and find it? But instead, it was just...
What were they going to do with that
Camping.
drill if it wasn't like hollow after 8 centimeters?
Right?
Keep going.
Just bam. That would have been like a better movie if we're watching him just drill the whole time.
It's not the fucking movie Core, whatever it is. They just drill into the center of the earth.
It felt like it was.
Wow.
All right, what's your least favorite scene then?
No, my favorite scene. I got to go to my favorite scene.
What is it?
When Piccolo gets rid of the water. I was like,
Oh, okay.
I'm like,
Oh, yeah, that's
Oh,
an
I
actual.
didn't like it.
He's like, this is so much
And it wasn't
easier
that well
without the
done.
water.
But I'm like, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
It's much easier to get it that way.
Yeah.
It's a scene that makes sense.
That's it.
The best scene for me is when he first meets Master Roshi. The fight, and then all like,
First meets him. Yeah.
then all of a sudden he's like, whatever his name is, and get asked about his granddad.
I feel
Yeah,
like
see, they spent a long time at that house.
you
That was
only
decent.
you only like that because he hit Bulma.
No, I forgot all about that.
Oh, yeah.
You like it when women.
So
get
when he's
smacked.
going through all his
Sure.
stuff,
It's not
he
you.
finds the nudie mag.
That wasn't even good.
That was good.
It wasn't
Felt like
even.
Master
Collector's
Roshi to me.
edition.
Yeah.
It wasn't even pervy enough. He wasn't
No,
even
it wasn't.
pervy.
It wasn't.
It was a PG movie.
Oh, wait.
He
wasn't
didn't
it?
perv on Bulma enough.
He
I
grabbed
did-
her ass once
I
and
like
then
when
threw her
he
down.
caught her and
Oh.
his hand was in her ass and he's like, ah, and just throws her
Yeah.
on the
That would
ground.
have been so much better if when he caught her,
He was
like,
just
you
like,
just saw, no, you
"Heh
just
heh."
see
He just
like
smiles.
his hand just like one single grope and then she like hits him or something.
Yeah, instead of he catches her like this
And
and
then
then,
throws
just goes.
her. Like, what is that?
What was this rated?
I'm
D
guessing PG.
for dreadful.
B for B grade.
Doesn't have a rating.
Good.
I guess it's for everybody.
This actually feels like a YouTube video.
Yeah, it does.
I think
Nah, they're better.
it sounded like it felt like they took a lot out to make it so kids could watch it.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
the people that had grown up with Dragon Ball were adults, all of them basically.
It doesn't matter though. It's like Pokemon now.
Yeah, they were probably targeting a very young audience.
If they're making it for adults, they would have kept a lot of that pervy stuff in there. But I'm
I
pretty
don't
sure they're
even
aiming
care
for
about the
kids.
pervy stuff, to be honest. Like, there were so many other more important things.
It did feel like potentially it would be like, okay, so there's probably people that grew up on Dragon Ball. Now they've got kids. They might let their kids watch the movie for nostalgia's sake, and then the kids will get into the anime. But no, the kids watch this movie and go,
PG.
oh, gross.
PG. Yeah.
So there's a lot of stuff they couldn't put in there because it was PG.
Dragon
Sorry.
Ball's PG.
The tagline for this,
It's different animated.
when they advertised it, was, "This Easter, the legend comes to life." Do you just mean Jesus? Like, are they serious right now? Wait, go up. No, go
Where's
down.
the-
Go down.
I want to see the trivia.
Yeah, just you were on it, and I was reading it.
Yeah, no,
No.
here is trivia.
Oh my god, can't please.
Fuck
I
off.
was just
Wow.
trying to read.
Watch the language.
I was trying to read
Yeah, wedding's off.
about Bulma's fucking hair.
Oh, where is it now?
Well, it's gone now.
I'll deal with it.
George Lucas was considered.
Oh,
to
Ron
direct this.
Perlman was supposed to be Piccolo, but he did Hellboy 2 instead. Big mistake. Good job, Perlman.
Fucking missing out.
Wait,
Screenwriter
James
Ben
Masters
Ramsey. Oh,
hates the
screenwriter.
film. Named it the movie. Oh. She said, so the girl that plays Bulma said it's the worst movie of her career, and it's worse if you watch it while you're stoned. This is Chris Stuckman's least favorite movie ever. Oh, jeez.
Wait, this was the third live-action adaptation of Akira Toriyama's Dragon Ball manga,
There's a
Yeah.
couple of Japanese
There's a
versions.
couple of really shitty Japanese ones.
both of which were unlicensed.
Yeah, there's one just called Dragon Ball. I think it's a movie. So it's like an actual kid that plays Goku.
Wow, they wanted Piccolo to be hot.
He should have been. Would have been much better. They could have just painted him green.
Christopher Sabat, who was Piccolo in Shenron, blah blah blah, is credited as the voice of the dragon in this film, even though his voice is not heard at all. The speaking was cut from the film.
Oh my god.
The one thing that would have made fans excited.
Really?
Oh my god, to prepare for her role as Bulma, Emmy watched Dragon Ball and read the Dragon Ball manga. So bitch, what happened?
She did pretty well.
No, she didn't. She
I was
did
gonna
not
say-
feel like
Attitude
Bulma
was
at
actually
all.
pretty close to Bulma.
No, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Like, she had no problem shooting people. She, well, if anything, she just kind of kept that a bit too much actiony attitude up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
She felt like a Lara Croft instead of like sassy and flirty and annoying and whiny.
Well,
like,
she did flirt with Yamcha in that one part.
she tried. She's like, "Don't worry, I've got this."
And then there was that scene. Then they make them fall in
That's
love.
her fake
yeah, true.
flirting, though. She
Yeah.
does that too.
Yeah.
Actually,
don't
she
know.
probably is closest to the original.
I just felt like she was
source
she was
material.
the wrong pick for me.
No, it wasn't her fault.
It's her fault. She ruined the whole film.
How hard is it to do like? All
Oh,
blue
wait.
hair?
To
It
prepare.
must be too hard to do.
That's
that
what I was
colour.
trying to say. I'm like, did they do it and then look at it and be like, this doesn't look right, and then change it back?
Oh no, do you want to hear the worst thing? To prepare for his role as Goku, Justin read all of Dragon Ball manga, and he read The Journey to the West, which is the Chinese literary classic in which inspired Dragon Ball. He practiced martial arts and acrobatics to get into Goku's character, a likable child man. He told jokes to fellow cast members between filming breaks to increase the rapport between them. Honey.
He probably shouldn't have read The Journey to the West. I feel like I can feel that in this.
Yeah.
At
And
least
that's
he
not-
Shouldn't have read that last.
Yep.
Tom Welling, Superman
Abandoned
from
Genes
Smallville, was
Factory.
supposed to be Goku.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. I don't know. I feel like
If they were doing an older Goku, like
I
I'm more
honestly
older than
think-
this.
I think
Like, actual-
this whole thing would have been better if they were actually children.
Just all of them, even Master Roshi.
No, not Master Roshi.
Just
The
all-
people that were
all
supposed to be
children.
children. It would have felt more like a kids' movie.
they should have had Krillin in it.
And no Krillin. What is with that? I just realized Krillin wasn't in this.
Yes,
There's
he
a lot
was.
of people that aren't in this.
He was that bald bully.
the 40-year-old bully in the
Why
back.
did they not have Krillin, but they had 40-year-old Yamcha?
Fuck.
All right. Who do you want to fuck, marry, or kill? No.
Oh
All right.
God!
Don't
So what's your critical?
All right. Is that the last thing you want
Critical.
to say?
The the pacing was terrible. So.
Yeah, like
We've all been critical of this movie. Just
the special effects and the slight, the almost good things probably make it somewhere around a 1.5 to a 2 for me critically. I feel like the sound wasn't terrible. Actually, no, the sound was terrible.
and I remember
When
when
the
he was
guy's
sucking through a
he's like,
straw.
The music did like
That's a
Didn't
Japanese
inspire
style,
me.
though.
it was bad.
Was there music?
I don't remember
There
it,
was
so I'm
something.
guessing it wasn't bad.
There was some
Yeah.
music.
Yeah.
If you don't notice the music, then
It
it's
didn't do a good
probably no. Like if you don't notice the music, then it probably did like its job at just being
yeah,
average.
you just got to enjoy the story.
so terrible pacing. What would you say was outstanding in anywhere?
The horribleness.
The comedy.
No, they didn't even do that well.
They did. The whole thing was a good laugh.
Look,
See, that's the thing is, I would agree with the if a movie intends to be B grade, this did not intend to be B
I
No.
grade.
feel like you like slapstick.
I don't know, but I like this movie because
that
it was funny.
What are you
really
talking about?
dumb humor in
fucking
this. Where
Leslie
it,
Nelson is great in
it-
his slapstick.
it felt like at any time they tried to be funny, like when Yamcha got burned and stuff, it felt like that fucking moment where everyone looks at the camera, you know, like, or they play an audience laugh track. It just felt terrible.
Oh my god, I want to see it with a laugh track now. Just the whole movie. It's just an audience laughing the whole time. You're like, and you laugh along with it.
It's like you fight like he's like, Yamcha looks over, they're just laughing. He's like, that's Yamcha.
Da-da-da-da-da. Oh, Yamcha.
Oh, it was so bad.
Oh my god,
think-
that was an Easter egg.
What?
They're in the hole and he's not. And he's alive.
What? What are you saying?
Wow.
Oh,
What a
with
fake
Yamcha.
fan. Yeah.
I didn't know you were still talking about him. I thought you meant
Said
Roshi.
Yamcha.
Yeah, but I tuned you out.
Critically,
I'm looking at 1.5.
yeah, it was a pretty
that's what-
fail of a movie.
You reckon 1.5?
I don't know if I
Yeah.
can get it, but like I can't even go to 2. I don't
The
think.
backgrounds.
I'm going to
Like,
2.
that's the only thing
Yeah.
that made me like almost go, that's acceptable.
But like when they're or blue screening when everyone is practicing their fighting where they find Chi-Chi at that weird place, couldn't they have just fucking gone somewhere with some real rocks?
I know, with 30 million.
They're in
I
Mexico.
thought that one place had rocks, wasn't it?
I
Were they-
honestly don't know how they spent
when
30
all the
million.
people are fighting.
Yeah.
Wasn't that place real?
You could see that it was green screened.
You could.
Or
I
really
No,
couldn't.
badly
When it
lighted.
panned to Chi-Chi and Goku, that part was green screen. But when it showed them all fighting in that area, I thought that was a real area.
Oh no, I just think that they like. I'll have to look at it again, but I swear that it, like some of it was real and then some of it was just shit. But the whole thing was just like, oh, they've got that weird glow around their heads. Cool.
I didn't notice any of the glue.
Yeah, the weird parts with the green screen, you could see it like really easily. Wait, where'd you just watch it?
At home.
Yeah.
You guys suck. Oh my god, Matt Mullins was gonna play Vegeta in the sequel.
Who's Matt Mullins?
They were going to bring Vegeta into it.
Of course.
He had to be the next bad guy,
It would have been Vegeta and Nappa.
And
They
he
would have done, each movie would have been a season.
and he would have had
It would have been
antennas.
multiple seasons.
I'm going to go 1.5, I think. I
Okay.
almost want to go a 1 because there's a lot that's just really bad. I'm trying to think of what is a redeeming quality
Like,
of it.
who would be fighting Vegeta?
That's
like-
not the point right now.
He only
Oh my
came
God.
in at the very end.
All right, all right. What's your critical? For this movie, not the next one that's not going to happen.
Yeah, but I can dream about the next one. 2.5 for the next.
We could make the next one, and
Okay,
it would
I
be
have to
better than this.
Get past. I have to try to be unbiased
Okay.
on this critically. Like,
Okay.
You've never seen Dragon Ball. That's not what it's to do with. This is just.
Hey, all my arguments this whole time has
standalone.
been take Dragon Ball out. The
Yeah.
movie pacing is horrible. Most of the acting was terrible. Chi-Chi probably was one of the only characters. Master Roshi, if not, kept being a character. Goku changed.
but 2.5 is average.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
This
And
is
it-
not average. It's below average.
So 2.
It's definitely below average, but is it a 1.5?
It's below
I
average.
couldn't give it a 2, but it felt too much to give it a 1.
I've given
Too
other
low,
movies
too.
better than a fucking 1.5. I probably gave Bad Boy Bubby better than 1.5, but Bad Boy
Yeah, but
Bubby
the
at
effects
least had
in Bad Boy
artistic,
Bubby.
had artistic merit.
Had
This-
autistic merit.
This is technically better than Bad Boy Bubby critically. It's got special effects. It has
No, but special
Better
effects
sound.
don't mean anything.
it has better story.
Special effects don't mean anything if they don't do a good job.
I
Like
mean-
the dragon. Like, they had all the processing power in the world to fucking make a dragon, but they chose that. The stumpy little lizard. Like, the Kamehameha ways were just horrible.
Bad Boy Bubby actually played with a dead cat. That wasn't CGI, so they're already winning. For
Those
going
are- those
out
are
on a
facts.
limb.
Look at that.
I'm 1.5. I can't go. I want to give it a 2 only because
Really?
1.75.
No.
that's probably where I'd go.
It really is where
I'm
I would go.
gonna throw this laptop at you soon.
Why does it where I want to go always be a 0.25?
Because you just like to cause problems.
I don't.
Can
I
you
think
wipe
so.
it up the
Deep
arse?
down, I feel it as well, and I'm not trying to cause problems.
Yeah, you are.
So 1.5, Aaron.
Yeah.
I feel dirty even giving it that.
It's a coherent
One-
movie.
Yeah,
like it's the sound is in sync with their lips. It's in color
it is
when
in
it's
colour.
supposed to be in color. Like
Yeah.
All right. So what's your personal scores?
You're right. It needs to be a 2.
You want it to?
Oh, personal scores.
No, do you want you critical? Do you want it to or not?
I'm not sure. I think like 2.
He makes a case in that
The movie,
it was a coherent story.
the movie isn't like
You don't give it a point for being made. It's not like
Everything gets a point for
it's
being
not
made.
a participation award.
It is. It's
It's
2020.
not.
this is not what you think. Personally, this is how the movie was made. Essentially, so
Yeah.
Like
it was made well.
a 1 would be like me shooting a video on my phone.
On your new thing.
No,
Like, do you know what I mean?
that
Like-
is a 7.5.
Like, what is Birdemic to you if this is 1.5?
0.5.
0.5.
So it only loses 1 point from Dragonball Evolution to Birdemic.
Yeah, but Birdemic had something.
Like,
No,
Birdemic
it did
It
not.
was made.
not
It
not
had the
critically.
goal.
It had the goal.
is a 0.25.
All right, this movie is below average. You're right. 2.
Yeah.
Really?
I want 1.75, but he makes the case
Yeah.
2.
that it is a.
A movie.
Are you sticking to
It
your
is a-
It is
1.5?
below average. There's no arguing. Like,
Wait.
there's average,
What's-
which would have normal pacing, subpar acting, like
So wait, even an average movie we're saying has probably not great pacing. Hey,
it would have something. It would have good pacing, but
now see, good pacing to me
acting.
is like that's a plus. That
yeah,
will
but
get
then
you above
poor
average.
acting.
Yeah.
Like you can
And
have
story.
one good aspect, but there was so few good aspects in this. But they were all they were all like
I
just
see what you
below
mean.
average.
Just below average.
Everything was just below average.
Mm.
See, this is the same argument you gave Pet Cemetery. Everything
What?
was just below average.
No, there was much more wrong with Pet Cemetery.
All right, well there you go. But if you're going like that, you're giving this a hell of a lot less of a score than what you did Pet
What did I
Cemetery.
give Pet Cemetery?
All up, you gave it a 5.5 all up.
That
Yeah,
sounds
it's probably
about
because
right.
I gave it personal. It's just
And
like,
nostalgia.
yeah, from nostalgia purpose, I probably gave it a 3,
Yeah.
which is only just above average.
And they ran over a toddler.
Yeah.
That was a great
That-
scene.
Killing kids
that
is
bumps
good,
it.
and the accent of the neighbor is fantastic.
Oh my god, I forgot
but
about
all right,
that.
I'm gonna go with 2.
Okay.
I know that you're not doing vows at our wedding, but if you read the vows in the voice of the guy from Pet Cemetery, my god, would I marry you?
Get them up.
you staying at 1.5, Melissa?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
What's your personal then?
Alright, let me think about it.
Can I watch this again? Probably.
Yeah, like I said, I really liked this a few years ago, and now I'm like, no.
Like, if I became poor and I only had live TV
And this came on.
and this was on
You'd go to bed.
You'd probably watch it.
and I wasn't tired,
You'd leave it on that channel,
I would probably leave it on that channel.
and you would probably look at the TV if not listen to it.
You'd
Yeah.
look at your phone.
I would definitely look at my phone during the entire process, but
Yeah.
I might leave it on the TV.
Every now and again, you'd glance up and be like, that's right, ew. And then you'd go back to your phone.
Right. 1.5.
Basically.
That was wrong.
Ah,
This is like a movie you watch either like drunk or stoned or something.
The
I
only
may
reason
have
you're
to
watching
try.
it is because it's loosely based on a show that
You
I
watch it to
enjoy.
laugh at it. That's the only reason.
Like,
it's like a meme now. It's just a
Yeah.
meme. It's the first meme movie.
I would never recommend it to anyone.
No.
In
I
fact,
would
I would tell
recommend
anyone.
people to watch it for fun.
I don't even know if I would. If
It's
they
not
like
good enough.
Dragonball, I would say don't watch it.
Mm.
I would say watch
If
it.
someone doesn't
But it's
like
not funny
Dragonball,
enough.
I'd be like,
Oh, my head hurts.
sure. Waste your time. See what I care.
It's not bad enough to be funny enough to say to someone, you should watch this, it's so bad. It's more just like, you want to be disappointed again? Hey, this. I don't know, like a...
I think I'm leaning towards 2.5.
I think I'm leaning towards a
Ooh.
2.
2.5. You're like, I like this average amount.
It's so fun to laugh at.
I don't know.
It's a dumb movie.
I'm going 2.
I actually like vocally laughed out loud at a bunch of parts in this.
Yeah, they weren't supposed to be
I
funny
didn't.
though.
Regardless
I vocally
of they're not
yelled at my
supposed to be
TV
funny.
multiple times.
Like his grandfather dies and you're like...
No, I actually got angry. Like, and no one was in the room with me.
yeah.
Like, I'm like, really?
See, I feel
Yeah,
like
that's what I was
Really?
like.
no,
Yeah.
that is the difference. Is if we were all watching this together, we would have a blast.
I don't know about
Ripping
the
into
blast.
this movie because
Am
it's
I-
just
Yeah.
fun.
Ripping into it.
Yeah,
Like, but is that...
What it's
you made
about.
the same thing
Does that
about
make
like
it
Pet
enjoyable?
Cemetery. It
I
was
don't
just kind
know.
of like fun to watch because of how stupid a lot of the shit was.
So it's almost like a parody.
Yeah.
You're laughing at the stupidity of everything.
If this movie...
Martin is saying right now, he's like, this movie is funny,
But if, like...
but it's bad.
Imagine though that this was a porno,
Oh my
right?
God,
With
it is
just enough Dragon Ball in it that you're like, heh, cool.
It is.
Right?
No, it's a
That's what
fucking
it feels like.
softcore porn
No, it's not.
with the porn
Hey.
scenes cut out.
They nearly kissed.
Ooh.
No, they cut out all the porn.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. It feels like a porn
It's
where
like
they
a
cut
wood
out the
rocket
porn.
porn.
That's what it feels
They
like.
cut out the porn.
Okay, look, now that I've decided it's a porn, it's getting a 2.5.
Thank you.
They had the goal to try and make a Dragon Ball live action movie on a $30 million budget.
They had the
And massacre
Crixus.
it.
They dyed a black man's eyebrows white. All right.
Probably what he looks like.
So, what do you personally think of this movie?
Personally, oh, it's garbage.
Give me a number then.
Yeah,
Give it a
2.5. I'm going 2.5.
Thank you.
It is
I don't know.
average level garbage. It is bad to the point, critically to the point where I had fun to like actually bring it
Okay,
up.
look, I may have had that experience if I watched it with other people,
Yeah.
but I was just angry at my TV
Look,
most of the time
To be fair,
during my watch.
did you watch?
rewatching
You watched it by yourself, didn't you?
Yeah.
We watched it together. Like we watch all of them, so we're always gonna have that thing where we can just joke,
I
basically.
was 3 minutes in and I was like already angry.
No, if I was watching this by myself, I probably would have had just as bad as experience.
I don't think I could have done it. If I had to watch this on my own, I promise you I would have been on Facebook or something. I couldn't stay focused. It's just shit.
Like the intro, they lost me at the intro. I'm
Yeah.
like, this isn't Dragon Ball
Like,
Yeah.
So
5 out
that's
of
the thing. You kept thinking of Dragon Ball.
because they called it Dragon Ball.
no.
So what's your
it's
personal
called,
score?
It's called Evolution. Forget the first part of the name and just call it Evolution, which is a great movie. Look,
What's your personal score? So I
5
can
out
add
of
this
5,
up?
not bad.
Thinking.
Well, stop thinking and tell me.
5 out of 5.
Deserves a total of 5 from all of us.
Can you give him some context of what is another movie that's like?
Well,
Do we have any other adaptations?
Yeah,
no,
he
this
gave
is what this
Initial
is gonna be,
D.
isn't it? Initial D.
Initial D. He gave Initial D 4 all up.
So that was probably
Listen.
like a 2-2
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah, that is it. That's this.
No, Initial D was better than this. Initial D.
No, Initial D.
You still have
being-
the action of the drifts.
Yeah, I was gonna say Initial D definitely was closer, so I'll give that to them.
That
more.
was a lot closer.
No, definitely a lot closer. But then you can
Oh, the
criticize.
pacing was terrible on that too.
You
wasn't
can
it?
criticize it more, like you know what I mean. Like this one was almost far enough away from being Dragon Ball that you could separate and just see it as a dumb movie.
Yeah.
Like his house
It
is in the
felt
middle
more
of a
like
city
an unlicensed.
in a canyon.
Yeah, Master Roshi's.
Yeah.
It reminded me of those stories of Japanese people who just didn't want to leave their house.
Yeah, they won't
So they
sell.
just build roads around them, and
Well, isn't
If
that what
that's
it
the
was?
case, that would have
that's
made
what it looked
sense then.
like.
Because didn't they look at a sign at one point where there was a sign in the background saying they were doing a development?
Yeah.
And
Oh,
then
might
it was
have
just
been.
that he didn't
That
sell.
that's what it looked like. It looked
Yeah.
like he just was that
If that's the
stubborn old
case,
guy that
then
didn't want to
that's a
move.
good adaptation father.
Yeah.
So we're still waiting for
Yeah,
your.
well, that
He lives
alone.
on an island.
For that
Yeah,
alone.
and he did. A suburban island.
Yeah.
And like, I don't understand. Like, why didn't they just have his grandfather was already dead? Like,
Because he need to experience loss.
he didn't even wander the world by himself at any point.
He didn't have to.
Like, he's not.
It
He
has
wa-
nothing to do with Dragon Ball. Separate it from Dragon Ball.
He wandered the school corridors alone. Friendless and weird.
You'll never like any adaptation unless they follow it,
Yeah,
basically.
look,
You're just
all-
automatically going to hate them all if it's not
All
following.
of my book to movie adaptations, I'm always like, I'm going to pretend that I've never read this book. And I'm going to have a good time.
there
Yeah.
But I
wasn't
couldn't
even
do that with
any-
this.
There wasn't any fan service at all. There was nothing.
There was. One was Streak.
I'm just gonna give him. I'm just gonna put down a 2.5 for him as
I'm
well.
not doing
and
2.5.
He's not going 2.5. He's fighting with a 1.5 to a 2 right
Yeah.
now.
I want a 1.75.
Oh my god. Rate it so we can be done.
All right.
Because we've got to pick the next one.
1.5.
Alright, I'm going to bring up the Wheel of
I
Death.
can only go by my experience when I watched it.
Yeah.
And I was angry.
we should
But
start.
were you hangry?
Never mind.
We need to start watching these movies together at some point. I think
Yeah.
There'd be a
I
different
wanted to do that. I
experience.
thought it would make it a lot different.
That would be fun.
it'd be a different experience. I
You know
reckon.
what we almost
It
need
would
to
change
do?
the list, though, if it was all group stuff.
If we did this on a weekend or, I don't know, if you guys came over after work or whatever, we watched the movie and then immediately did the podcast, that might be good. Because we'd have all the energy of having just watched it.
Yeah, that's a lot of time.
Let's try it. All of you, clear your schedules. Children and work, stupid. Watching movies together, very important. Will
Clear
you be paid?
4
No.
hours out of your schedule 1 day a week.
Also, bring snacks because we're hungry. All right, let's see. So, Kane, that was your pick.
Yeah, I was kind of forced to do it.
So, let me just put everyone in the
But
wheel.
my real pick,
You were not
it would have been
forced.
definitely.
Which one?
If you want a bad movie,
We don't want a bad movie.
we'll do,
That's not the choice.
we'll do Guyver 2. You're
Fuck,
not
I
gonna
forgot
know.
about Guyver.
You're not going to know what the fuck's happening.
Fuck, if you pick Guyver 2, that's going to be like a 5. Like, at least a 5 for me personally, because I love Guyver.
Oh, I know, personally, it's going to be great. But fucking...
But it probably ain't getting past the 6.5.
All right.
It's
You ready?
gonna be terrible.
Would you like me to...
Dun
wait,
dun.
I'm going to turn
Dun,
off
dun,
my
dun, dun,
sound.
dun.
Okay, ready?
Music has, though.
Huh?
Ready.
Okay, alright. I don't trust the spinning thing. I think it's the same every time.
Who
but
do you think it'll pick then?
I think it's going to pick Martin. Ooh. Marcy.
It's a me, mostly. Alright. Here's the thing. I'm torn between doing a Disney adaptation or subjecting myself to one of the most angering movies, which is Avatar: The Last Airbender. Okay. So, Avatar, Alright. I fucking hate that movie.
I love that
I don't
movie.
know if I've actually watched it all the way through.
It's fun. It's so bad.
Because
But it's fun.
I'm like, do I want to watch Beauty and the Beast finally? Or Avatar: The Last Airbender? We have just seen airbending, so it almost makes sense to carry
move
on
on
into
to
this
that.
and get ready for the Netflix series. I'm picking Avatar.
Is that what we have to call it from now on? Is it also Avatar?
it is.
You have to call it Avatar: The Last Airbender whenever we talk about it. It's going to be the most annoying podcast we've ever made. And it's the 50th, isn't it? Welcome
yeah.
back to our 50th Avatar: The
Oh,
Last Airbender.
man. Damn, Dragon Ball would have been perfect for the 50th.
Nah, Avatar.
You think Avatar?
Avatar,
Is
yeah.
everyone here an fucking Avatar: The Last Airbender fan?
Ang? Is everyone here an Avatar: The Last Airbender Ang?
All the sayings of the R's in her fucking in my head. I was gonna say fun. Is everyone a fan of the Avatar cartoon? Not with Korra.
I was never like
Okay.
a fucking fanboy of it, but I didn't mind it.
I thought you really liked it.
I didn't mind it. Like, I watched it all.
Like 5 out of 5, not bad. Because you sounded like in the past you really enjoyed it.
I did.
But it's like as time went on, you're just a shell of a man.
No, as time went on, it became like it stayed childish to me.
Ah, yeah.
Okay.
But like I got older, so I think I kind of outgrew it.
Have you watched it as an adult?
No.
Watch it. Because there's a lot of darkness to it and a lot of emotion that I think you don't pick up on until you watch it again.
Like I was gonna say, as the series goes on, there are a lot more mature themes.
I
come
still
into it.
think Katara should have been with Zuko, but we'll argue about that later. Their relationship would be so fucking steamy, like literal steam, just fire and ice.
Really?
Yeah.
If only they were related.
Oh, that'd just be the icing on top, wouldn't it?
What?
Wow.
Anyway,
So that's it.
everyone watch Avatar.
So wait, it's M. Night Shyamalan?
Yeah, Shamalama Ding Dong made the worst movie ever.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
Why did he do like?
He wanted to put a twist on it. I don't know.
Did he? Did he put a twist in it?
He wanted
Probably.
to
He's like,
twist the knife into our fucking hearts. Yeah.
he's like, here's the twist, not what we expected.
Here's a twist. It's shit.
Aren't all the bad guys just Indians?
Yeah.
What's what's a good adaptation?
Hunger Games.
I would say.
That's not a.
That's not animated.
But it was a book.
It's animated with words.
That's
For
a
me,
thing.
the only two that come to like, other than Mortal Kombat for its time, that's different. But
Don't-
actual ones I think
That
is
was a
good, and I
game.
think people shit on. I think Death Note and Warcraft are good.
Oh yeah, I loved those.
Warcraft was good, but which you mean the Netflix Death
There was
Note?
no
Yeah.
building cities.
I like the
fighting
Japanese
people.
version.
Look, the ones that have good adaptations are ones that aren't heavily story based.
Yeah, but
The
how
source material.
how good was Aladdin?
Like Mortal Kombat. There wasn't like the greatest story.
Was that a cartoon
It's a
though, or
base-
anime to start with though? Or was that just literally a game anime?
It was a game.
It was a game. It did become a cartoon.
But like
Yeah.
World of Warcraft, like it's not like they Warcraft, so it's not like we were basing it off the actual story of the first Warcraft game. It was the Warcraft world.
Yeah.
So it was very
No, it was
They
based
had a
off
lot
Yeah, it
to
was-
play with.
expectations.
It was based off the
yeah,
game.
it's based
the
off
first
the
game.
game story.
The first game story.
I
Yeah.
don't think it was.
Yeah,
Close to it.
because I know a lot of people are angry with what they did.
Because they wanted it based off the World of Warcraft story.
I don't care about that story.
That's what they wanted.
Yeah.
That's what everyone was expecting, but it was based off of Warcraft.
It wasn't called World of Warcraft, it was called Warcraft.
But
It's based off the first game.
do you know how many people forget there is a Warcraft game?
Yeah.
Fuck them.
Of course you would.
All right.
Fuck them all.
Next time.
You're a little slut.
Next time on Dragon Ball Evolution. When we come back to this 50 episodes later.
I just think we're about to film episode 50. If you're listening,
We're gonna do it live.
give us $50.
What? Fuck off. We've only been gone for 5 months.
Yeah, so
But
we
hey,
deserve $50.
But we're back.
It's only been 5 months.
I didn't realize how long it'd been.
It feels a lot longer than that.
There's no time in Ronaville.
When in Rona.
Oh, don't.
That's good. I like that.
No, you don't.
All right. Everyone sign out.
Hasta la vista.
Can I have a pen?
Are you going to sign? Like, literally, here, I'll... Just a second. If we're going to...
Try and
have
draw
a-
your
have a
signature
joke.
with your,
Alright,
like the
hang
sound of
on.
your voice.
Oh my god, is there
I
anywhere
can't do
in
that.
here that's free? Okay.
A sec.
Alright, hang on a minute.
I just want to play the sucking noise through the straw that Master Oshi did.
Kane, give us a pen. Martin's
Because
literally
when they
gonna
dub
sign.
breathing, what the fuck?
Give me a pen.
No.
Give me a fucking pen. He's gonna write it in blood. Okay. Martin,
I really can't
sign into the microphone.
get over this.
Right, goodbye.
No.
Did we even give the total score?
Oh, no.
I sent it to Kane.
Fucking hell! Jesus Christ, this podcast might end.
I sent it to Kane.
Well, that was your first mistake.
So, it is...
Oh! no!
It's you, Martin. It was you.
What did you fucking give it for
Actually,
personal?
Bad Boy Bobby's fucking low. I didn't know, I thought it was about like a 4.
Oh yeah, there's nothing getting below that.
All right, so Dragon Ball
fuck.
Evolution is 44 on the list.
Wait, how are we about to do episode 50 and we're at 45?
Because there's been a few episodes where we've come in
Yeah,
and
that's
just
true.
spoke because we've missed a few movies or
Yeah,
something.
last week was just a back. We didn't do a
Yeah,
movie.
because we didn't watch Blindness.
So-
And in the beginning, we didn't do Colosseum, did we?
No, but we changed to it once we... Because that's what all these are.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It just feels wrong. I feel like we should
Anyway.
really quickly review 5 movies.
Look, it got
Maybe we just do
a
the 50th
4.25
isn't-
total.
Isn't that movie? Maybe the 50th we spend time, and we each get a power
Oh,
to
no.
move one. Like we get 5 up or down.
Look, I think we should finish off our adaptations, and then the next one is let's fight it out and fuck up the list.
we each get 5 points.
Yeah.
You can make one movie go up 5 points if you want, or down,
5
or you
points.
can do 5 individual 1 point up, 1 point down.
I was thinking only 2.5. Because I feel like when I look at them, only some of them I'm like, I would have changed it by like a 2.5 or a 0.5. Because if you get a point, that changes everything.
What would
I
you
like the fact it's stuck in time.
1
though.
point would bring Bad Boy Bubby to 44.
Can you take it away?
Though, having said that, 1 point on Zodiac would take it to like better than Goodfellas.
Which it was better than Goodfellas.
Fuck off.
Yeah, it really
I know.
was.
Green Street Hooligans should not have been a 7.
We're ending this thing. Sign us out, Missy.
Well,
Why?
No,
is it-
man, actually sign the
It's 'cause
paper
you
into the
guys.
mic.
Okay.
Melissa, she gave it an 8.
What did I give an
You're
8?
disgusting.
What did I give
Green
an 8?
Street Hooligans.
It was a good movie.
It was a really good movie.
Oh, wait, with Elijah Wood?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck
8.
you, that was a great
8.
movie.
As fucking... That's...
It's a
Fantastic.
great movie.
I'm just going to
movie.
sign
It
out
is.
by writing Aaron
Is a cunt.
sucks.
His own dick.
See you next time.
Yeah. Because it's 12 inches. Just,
No, he just like Marilyn Manson and had too many ribs taken out.
Sorry, can I just say, if it was 12 inches, your shorts aren't even 12 inches. Like, your dick could just be on the leather couch all the
No,
What
no,
are you
time.
talking about?
You just
Aaron lost a
pull
leg
it up.
years ago.
and then tied in a knot.
Oh, it loops around your thigh.
Yeah.
So it's like really skinny.
So it's like a thong, really. Just
Your
on
dick's
one
like a
side.
thong.
No, like, it goes up between your ass crack. And
You
then,
just put it between your ass.
Yeah.
He's just painted
I'm
pure
clenching
white.
my ass cheeks to hold it
No.
from falling out.
Remember, it's a tapeworm.
What the fuck?
Ooh, that got weird.
Yeah.
I'm going now.
You had to
Bye.
make, it was all sexual, and then you had to just make it weird.
You don't
Maybe
like
that was too
tapeworms?
sexual for her.
Guess you're all kink shaming. Well,
Look, I'm still trying to get the image out of my head that for some reason his dick's 12 inches and that he just has to tilt his head down to suck on the tip.
I mean, are you trying to get that image out of your head though? Or are you storing it for later?
I'm just like,
You just lifted, like, open your shirt up.
We're like, Aaron, not again! Get out of there!
I'm sorry.
Alright, till next time. Ta-ta.
oh, fucking hell.
NPC